Here we go. Family, these were the scenes from a bunch of tethers just a few days ago that came all the way over here from Ghana so they can get in on foundational Black American reparations. Yes, they are. But family, after that all happened, now these are the scenes from Ghana. Yes, from a hell of a lot of people who done said a hell of a lot of things about certified foundational Black Americans, but they don't understand and they don't know, y'all, is that them ancestors be working. And we about to go to work right here, right now, certified. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Family, ABK, anti-Black karma. Definition: when the ancestors unleash universal consequences against those who practice anti-Black hate. And y'all know why them tethers are so upset? Them tethers are upset because they're very, very mad. Mad and dusty. And if you ain't very, very mad, I might have to say, damn, you dusty and mad. But either way, you ain't one of us because them certifieds is in the building. Let me know where you at right now. Put your hood in the sky because FBA don't lie. We about to go full speed. Smash the like button. Share this with everybody. Let them know what time it is. You are in the building. You are in the place where them ballers gon' ball and them haters gon' hate, and FBA always wins. How they win, Black Alpha? FBA always wins simply by this, family. Simply by a knockout. And we knocking everybody out one by one. You're now rocking with the best, baby. Black Alpha Network. Certified. It's all time. Let's go, fam. I see Denver's in the building. I see the West Side. Somebody said the whole West Side. Philly. I see North Georgia. Oakland's in here. KC's in here. Michigan's in here. Another Jersey. Another Georgia. I see you. Denver's in here. LA's in here. Dallas is in here. KC Mo 2 times. 413. Pittsburgh's in here. North Carolina. California stand all the way up. Chicago stand all the way up. Cincinnati's in here. Baltimore's in here. Buffalo's in here. I see Vancouver. Washington's in here. Another North Georgia. Staten Island's in the building. Fairfield, California's in the building. Hartford, Connecticut's in here. VA's in here. And all of my certifieds is well represented. And we are about to go to work. You're now rocking with the best. Fam, they gonna learn something. Everybody's gonna learn something. You know, people came over here just about a week ago and they were trying to laugh in our face. They was, ha, 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 nigga, we take your reparations. You niggas have no representation. Family, we got the best representation you could ever have. The Most High. And I'm talking about all of our ancestors. I'm talking about the lineage, heritage, and culture. I'm talking about the DNA. You can run to the UN. We got DNA. Who needs the UN when you got DNA and you built the USA? Foundational Black Americans, we always come out on top. And family, these people thought it was sweet to disrespect. These people thought it was sweet to run their mouth. They not really running their mouth right now. Why they ain't running their mouth, family? Is because a little bit of ABK came knocking on their door. And for all of those who don't understand what it looked like, for those who ain't sure what it looked like, I'm going to show y'all. Let's go to work. Let's take it to the block. Let's take it to the streets. FBA don't play. Y'all look at your screen. And I'm going to show you exactly how foundational Black American karma is dished out to all of those naysayers. Watch.
Crazy Gunnar just got hit with one of the floods that'll make you think twice about life. Right after traveling to New York and desecrating on our ancestors' names and playing on our top at the UN. I don't wish no harm on nobody, but we warned y'all that the fight that you up against is way beyond us at this point. You can't do nothing about what's finna come hit you, Gunnar, in the next 2-3 months, and everybody that was with you. You can't do nothing about it. And this is my ancestors speaking through me. It's finna get a whole lot worse for y'all. You just left New York. Couple days later, you got hit with a flood. We keep warning y'all and y'all keep playing these games. But you gonna continue to see. You ain't witnessed nothing yet. And I do repeat, this ain't just for you, Gunnar. That's anybody that was with you. Woo! Be prepared. Ain't it crazy? Gunnar just got hit.
D-Zam, be prepared because it's near. Hey, fam, I'm going to tell y'all and I'm going to show y'all. They was real disrespectful. What the hell you call that right there on your screen? Them ain't your ancestors. Them is my ancestors. Everybody saying that energy was going to follow you home. Y'all know how we say over here in Foundational Black America. What about this right here, family? They trying to have a Juneteenth celebration in Ghana. They talking about that's the motherland. They saying it's all about them. Well, let me tell you, them ancestors and that ABK, that's all about us. And you going to find out the hard way. If you're floating down the block, if you're floating down the village, just remember, you was disrespectful. Fam, look how these people been talking.
Take this shit all the way back to last year. I've been saying fuck FBA. And still saying fuck FBA. Don't be trying to be an African now when y'all wanted to be Zodiac Indians and aliens and shit. Don't try to be African now. Remember, you ain't an African.
Since Mahama tried to get Americans reparations, I have learned of a new term called the FBAs or FABs. The full meaning is afraid to be Africans. And the African American people who genuinely think that Africans are out to get them or are scammers. And I have one question. Who gives a fuck about you? You guys gotta explain this shit before.
She choking on bushmeat, fam. She over there choking on bushmeat. B.A. Cake soap, come get me, fam. She over there choking on bushmeat, swimming in cake soap, and talking about FBA. This is how they was talking just the other day. This is how they was speaking about us. You done seen every single face and every single side of Mr. and Mrs. Fufu, fam. But we gonna show you the other side. The ABK done came to get my ass side. And it ain't too sweet and it ain't too friendly. Let's go.
We take back the UN meeting because what?
Hey everyone, it's me, Mambo Odette, and I'm gonna tell you this: if it wasn't for African and Caribbean countries, the UN would have never recognized slavery as the greatest crime against humanity. Woo! It was the African countries that voted. It was the Caribbean countries that voted and took this to the United Nations. When have FBAs ever taken shit to the United Nations? Where is your country? Oh, your country voted not to recognize slavery as the greatest crime against humanity. Because y'all got Stockholm Syndrome, Donnie, with Stockholm Syndrome. I don't care what Haiti is. We have a voice in the United Nations.
You got a voice. You don't have electricity. You don't have running water. You have a colonizer, and that voice you talking about be getting drowned out when you getting cracked across the back of your forehead on the front side. Stop playing. They got a voice, y'all. A voice that only says yes, sir, and no, sir to massa. A voice that always says, how can I flee to the United States? A voice that is always saying, pass me the curry, jerk chicken, the bush meat, and everything that I ain't got no business having. That's your voice? Shit, you ain't got nothing there.
We are a country. In order to be sovereign, you need land. You need a country. How you sovereign in somebody else's shit? You not, fool. And I about had it with the nonsense. And I'm so serious. The nonsense just never stops. And it's just unbelievable. But it is a reflection of the American school district in some parts of the United States. It really is.
I know you ain't talking with them damn illiteracy rates y'all got. I know you ain't talking. Fam, this is how these third world, fifth world, 17th world people be talking. Don't have to put on no K for them. Don't got to say nothing in return. Family ABK rocking all of them. If you got any sensitivity in you, watch how they talk and then tell me, is it us or is it them?
What y'all seeing on TikTok. But you know what? The world knows that America has blood on its hands. And they spoke in the United Nations when they passed that. You understand? You know, you can lose your reason. You can have reason, but then you can lose your reason with your own actions. You understand? When you become the monster that brutalized you, when you become worse than them, you can lose your reason. Where's that same energy? Stockholm syndrome. I'm so glad Caribbean can stand up for the speak. I'm so glad African can stand up and speak. Everybody want to say we're this, we're that, and you ain't even got your own shit. You ain't even got a vote in the United Nations. Those who know. I'm Mambo that.
I do know. I know that just like the last guy last week, I can smell you through the phone. I can smell you through the computer. I can smell you down the block and around the corner. And I also know that on your best day, you can never deal with FBA. Fam, that's how they feel. That's how they feel. And you see how ABK is working? Let's go down the line, fam. Foundational Black Americans get on the same page, the same accord. Delineation, separation, regulation. What ends up happening, fam? You start seeing plantations get burned down. You start seeing these little Confederate museums get burned down. Trees start to fall on them. You start to see all of these people getting their G-check and their karma. And now you're starting to see the weather flow in. Oh, and it's going to be plenty more. I'm going to tell you that today. Family. There's going to be plenty more. You can add it, fam. You want to talk about floods? You want to talk about earthquakes? What you want to talk about, fam? You want to talk about tsunamis? There might be a damn tether typhoon. Fam, when the tether typhoons pop up, then you know what it is. Because all of that disrespect for foundational Black Americans is exactly that, disrespectful. Foundational Black Americans always stood on business, always minded our own business, and never gave a damn about nobody. Foundational Black Americans always stood on business, minded our own business, and focused on self. So if all of those great qualities we have gets all that vitriol, spite from you, then we gonna sit back and do what we do every time something happens to somebody who gets out of pocket. We gonna pop some popcorn and we gonna enjoy the damn show. That's how it is. ABK, anti-Black karma. Remember, y'all ain't Black. Y'all are melanated other people. So I hope your melanated other people ancestors can help you, because our foundational Black American ancestors is right on time, y'all. Let's go. Family, this is what it's going to be today. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to break down a lot of people. And I want everybody to know we got a great show for you today, because foundational Black Americans are moving very, very strong. And our power is messing everybody up. Nobody can stand next to what we're creating right now. So they're out here trying to run all these different things, trying to help everybody. How many times have y'all heard the word reparations over the last week? Y'all been noticing that? Every 2 seconds now, you turn around, somebody's talking about reparations. I done seen Mayos talk about it. I done seen Chicken Chow Mein. He done popped up. You done seen Jollof. Y'all notice nobody was talking about reparations until we started it. Nobody was giving a damn about reparations. Yeah, y'all notice that? We done put out that big FBA signal in the sky, and it got everybody running on over here. But let me tell you something. They all gonna end up with the same exact thing. Yeah, 50,000. I done seen 100, didn't you? Fam, every time you turn around, somebody talking about reparations. But let me tell y'all what's gonna end up happening. What's gonna end up happening, family, is that FBA gonna get the bag, FBA gonna stay extra fly, and everybody else is gonna fly the hell out. And I'm talking about deportations around the world. Because guess what, y'all? They doing that same stuff to them over there in their homelands. These people are from failed homelands, and a failed homeland cannot speak to me. Family, let me tell y'all what they've been doing. You know how we've been standing on our certified business representing our ancestors? A random Mr. Jollof 77, he said that all Black Americans need to get in touch with our ancestors. But here's the problem. He said that his ancestors are our ancestors. Yes, family. Soon as ABK pops up, soon as the ancestors start putting in that work, now the Africans are popping up And the Africans are saying that we need to get in tune with our African ancestors. We ain't got no African ancestors. We only got American ancestors because our ancestors built America. You ain't got to pull out no calculator to calculate it, fam. That maths all the way. And let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Y'all look at this, fam. Oh, they out here trying to get us to follow them and to be a part of their ancestors because our ancestors is kicking ass. Watch.
To move without. What happens when you don't honor your ancestors? There are people working on this set right now, confused, frustrated, and delayed, not because life is hard, but because they were disconnected. There are people before you who carried your blood, your patterns, your life struggles, and you are living like you came here alone. This is where problems start. When you don't honor your ancestors, you lose alignment. You start to move without direction. You repeat things you don't even understand. Same relationship problem, same financial struggles, same cycle, different day. Not because something is chasing you, but because something in you has not been acknowledged. Your ancestors are not asking you for your worship. They are asking you to remember, to recognize that life did not start from you.
Who gonna tell this guy? Who gonna tell Mr. Fufu? Fam, yo, somebody said, okay, Mufasa. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what he's saying, sister. He's saying, I want your reparations. And since my ancestors fled, just like my dad fled, and mom fled, and kids will eventually flee one day, let me try to get in on Black American ancestors. Fam, are they trying to get our ancestors now? Oh, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time, Mufasa Mutombo. It ain't working. Hell no. He's trying to tell us that we need to get in touch with our African ancestors when we ain't got no African ancestors. And he should be so worried about his African ancestors, he ain't worried about our American ancestors. But just like your typical standard ass tether family, we gonna be out here and what we gonna do? We gonna make every single one of them MFers mad because they mad and they dusty. Let's go back to work, fam. Watch even further. He's going to say a very familiar word.
Because the moment you forget your roots, you lose your foundation. And when there is no foundation, everything around you begins to shake.
Wait. Did you catch it, family? Did you hear it? We lose our what? What you say, Mutombo? Y'all knew he wasn't going to get through without saying foundation. Watch.
Foundation. And when there is no foundation, start from you. Because the moment you forget your roots, you lose your foundation. And when there is no foundation, everything around you begins to shake. Some of you are fighting battles that are not new. They were inherited. Until you face where you're coming from, you will keep trying to fix your life from the surface.
There you go, family. You see what happens when that ABK starts running things, fam? Now out of nowhere, here they come. Here they come, fam. They're trying to separate us from everything that we do good and they keep failing. Let me go ahead and give everybody the good news, the spoiler. That ish ain't working. And that ish will never work because we ain't gonna allow it. Mr. Mutombo can sit there all damn day long and say the foundation will crumble. No, our foundation is here. The foundation will go away. No, you go away. The foundation is bad. No, foundational Black Americans are great. So great that you admire us and you admire our ancestors because your ancestors fled, ran, hopped, skipped, and jumped. And ours is still putting in work, fam. Don't it feel good to be us? You damn right it does, fam. Let me tell you, I'm going to take it a step further. Black Alpha's about to say something, but let me even elevate myself. It's better than great. It's better than perfection. This was all written, y'all. It was written for FBA to delineate. It was written for FBA to regulate. It was written for foundational Black Americans to stand on certified Black society business. And let me tell you what else is written for, fam. It's written to run everybody the hell about the paint. That was an epic failure that they try to pull on us. And you can see the way these people run around and talk that they thought they ate. They thought they had something. Didn't they, fam? Didn't they think so? Hell no. We are stronger than ever. And that's the certified way. And that's how we handle in business. So, family, we're going to talk about something very, very exclusive that's been going on. And what that is now, fam, is everybody wants to get in on our reparations. That's what it's always about. We've been telling everybody this. We've been warning everybody. And people didn't hear it, but now they're going to hear it coming from a bunch of certified foundationals, okay? What they want to do now is try to dilute our reparations. They want to take our reparations and decrease it. They want to take our reparations and give it away. They want to take our reparations and make it look like it's anybody. Think about the three key things, family: Black, foundational, and reparations. Think about that, fam. Now everybody says foundational. They want everybody to be Black, and they want everybody to have a claim for reparations. Fam, I done seen everybody pop up this week and start talking about reparations. I done seen so many people pop up and speak about reparations, people that know damn well they never were. Let's make this clear. It was the foundational Black American grassroots that got reparations popping. Nobody else. It was all us and nobody's help, family. So now they're trying to spin it and trying to flip it. And you know what they're mad at, y'all? They're mad that they're literally spending billions of dollars and it ain't working on this 50 million foundational Black Americans. They're mad that they're literally flying all across the damn globe to try to stop our reparations, but it ain't working on this 50 million foundational Black Americans. You see what I'm talking about, fam? They can always outspend us. They cannot outwork us. They can't outgrind us. They can't outshine us. Nothing they do. You're going to hear a lot of defeated Negroes, and there's going to be a lot of defeated Negroes that you thought weren't defeated until they start talking. But let me tell you what you're going to always hear right here on the Black Alpha Network, fam. You're going to always hear about how great we are. And then after I tell you how great we are, I'm going to show you some damn receipts that exactly prove what I'm saying. So, fam, the proof is in the pudding. Foundational Black Americans can't be stopped. And now, family, guess what they trying to do? They talking about immigrants getting reparations. Here we go. Y'all think it's a coincidence? God damn, boy. Y'all see her mug? God damn. Who the hell possessed her? Damn, don't she look like she's in the middle of a possession? Gosh, damn, we're talking about spirits. What the hell done tried to possess her? Ugmo? Shit. Anyway, now they talking about immigrants getting reparations the same exact week that a bunch of tethers were here talking about reparations. You think it's a coincidence? Hell no. Do you think it's going to work? Hell no. Let's go.
We also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation. We're going to have some form of reparation. We also need
some form of reparations. Now, family, the Democrats done all the way put their foot in the door. Now, family, the Democrats done all the way went out on the limb. There you go, y'all. We said it wasn't no play. We said these folks had an agenda. We knew it was something deeper. The same exact week that you had all of the Mutombos come over here is the same exact week that this woman pops up and starts talking about some form of reparations for immigrants. This is what the Democrats are trying to push, y'all. I told everybody them tethers gonna flocks together. I told everybody them tethers is in love with one another. I told everybody foundational Black Americans see them. I told everybody that these individuals will never pull a fast one on FBA. Why? It's because FBA is always 10 steps ahead. We ain't allowing none of that, but I want y'all to see how they rolling.
This Representative Jayapal, Democrat, is saying that if they win the mid-election, they need to give reparations to the children and families traumatized by ICE.
Need to be held account for the trauma that they have created, and we are going to have some form of reparation for the kids and the families that have been traumatized through all of this.
Not the Black Americans that have been traumatized for over the last 450, 500 years in this country, or the ones that have been holding down the Democratic Party. No. When I tell you as Black Americans, you better stop taking your eyes off the prize because you continue to make Democrats and everyone else out here think that we good. Black Americans is good, y'all. We need to focus on a whole new group of people here that have not even bought into this, paid into the system like we have. This is so disrespectful. Number one, who's going to pay for them reparations? Because it damn sure wouldn't be Black Americans paying reparations, the people who came here hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years after us and ain't been a slave nowhere up in here. Nowhere. We're the ones that was picking cotton for free. We're the ones that built this country for 400 years for free. We are the women that were being legally raped in this country for centuries. No one else. How damn disrespectful of you to even talk about reparations for anyone other than us. This is what I'm saying about Black folks. We got to stop. We are letting people disrespect our ancestors. For this lady to even open up her mouth.
Stop. There goes the ancestors again, family. Y'all see, this is why Mr. Mutombo / Mufasa a minute ago was talking all of that. Y'all see what we saying, family? These people want our reparations and they want to just take it and hand it to Julio. Last week, people was running around here saying they want to give it to Mr. Fufu. Who's next on the reparations line, y'all? Who gonna come over here and do this? What's gonna happen? Aliens gonna show up? Every time you turn around is somebody else talking about our reparations and don't nobody say nothing. It's regulating time. This gonna be the summer of the regulators. If you feel me, y'all. Let's go.
I'm talking about reparations for anybody else in this damn country. She must be crazy. Where's Roland Martin? Where's Joyanne Reed? Where's Tamika Mallory? Where all y'all at? Y'all was so mad at Nicki Minaj, but you ain't got nothing to say about this woman saying immigrants deserves reparations before us. That's why I say it's fake outrage. Everyone should be mad as hell about this right here. I wish y'all would. You would never get another damn vote from me ever again. Have a good day. This representative.
They ain't gonna get a vote from me any gosh damn way because we seen it a mile away. Yes, the hell we did. Yes, you see it. Fam, brothers and sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods, my certified foundational Black Americans. Okay, let's go there. These individuals are trying to dilute the reparations movement that we have as an FBA lineage / grassroots / certified. This is the last and final play. I want everybody to realize where we are right now. We are at the stage where we kicking doors in. This is not 5 years ago, fam. This is getting near the final stage of us getting to our reparations. They don't throw all of these people. What I told you last week, family, jet fuel ain't cheap. You ain't going to the UN just because. They're going to the UN because us. Let me ask you, for all the naysayers and non-believers, family, do you think that they go to the UN just last week if we don't have reparations momentum? Do you? Do you think that you didn't see that fiasco last week, fam? Do you think that occurs if foundational Black Americans are years away from reparations? If we struggling with reparations? If we are slacking on our macking and slipping on our pimping? Do you see all of this, family? No, you don't. You only see this because we winning. You only see this because we on the grind. Everything happens for a reason. And I got a little more breaking news today. And I don't even know if I should put this out there, but y'all know I'm Black Alpha and I don't give a F. Good friend of mine, real reliable brother, gave me a phone call today. Actually, texted me today. He said he got a phone call from the main chapter of the NAACP. Y'all remember the whole NAACP issue out in South Carolina with me and a bunch of other certified foundational Black Americans and they kicked us out? Y'all remember when they pulled out all the weapons on us? Y'all remember when they tried to hit the damn water hose? Y'all remember all of that, right? Well, a good friend of mine got a phone call today from the main chapter of the NAACP. And guess what the main chapter of the NAACP said to him? The chapter said, can you please drop the lawsuit? Damn. And then my person said, no, we ain't gonna drop the lawsuit. And then they hung up and ran. Are they scared? Are they spooked? Are they afraid? Are they petrified, family? You goddamn right. The main chapter of the NAACP is placing personal phone calls trying to get all of the brothers and sisters who took them to court, who got a lawsuit, to drop it. Family, you only do that when your ass is afraid. You only do that when your ass is scared. And I got that on a reliable source. And guess what, fam? I found this out about an hour and a half ago. So this is hot off the press. Like, we hot on the block and we making the block hot for everybody. Yes, indeed. This is what happens. They run and scared, run and tell that. Absolutely, fam. This is what's going down. People know what it is. Everybody knows what's happening. Everybody's afraid of foundational Black Americans, so they're trying to go in these other directions, fam. We too on code. We too certified. We too are on point, to the point where they've never seen this type of energy before. And it's only getting better. Family, I'm going to show y'all some things on this broadcast that is going to blow your mind. And I'm going to take you some places that nobody out here in this media going to take you. But y'all know we do that all the time over here. But one of the main things, fam, that's got everybody shook, and one of the main things that has everybody looking over their shoulder and afraid, is that they don't know where we're going to be next. They don't know where Black Americans are going to pop up. They don't know where Black Americans are going to just appear. And that's a good thing. This is why there's so much fear in the game, y'all. Watch this as well. Everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. Watch how this sister breaks it down and gives a different perspective than the last sister, but it's the same exact vibe. Watch.
Representative who says that we need to have some type of reparations for the people who are traumatized by ICE.
We also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation.
Why is everybody all of a sudden now talking about reparations? Reparations this, reparations that, like just toss.
There they go. We just said it. Everybody's talking reparations now. It's the new hot topic, the new hot term. But if you saying it and you ain't saying FBA, then you ain't talking. Let's go.
The word around like it's nothing, just diluting the whole idea of reparations. And this is the reason why people are starting to see that the Democratic Party is not for Black Americans at all. The Democratic Party has never been in our favor. They will prioritize and give everything to everybody else, every other minority group, POC, that comes over here, whether if it's illegally or legally. They don't care as long as they will do anything for them, but won't do nothing for us. Because when have you ever heard a Democrat talk about giving reparations to the descendants of chattel slavery in America? The only people who actually would deserve the reparations.
Talk your talk. That part.
Why are you talking about reparations for people who are traumatized by ICE, by immigration enforcement? Reparations for that? I really want y'all to really see these words. Y'all saw it for yourself. Those words actually came out of her mouth. She said there should be some type of reparations. That's basically what she's saying that they would go for if they win, I guess, whatever the next election. She's a representative. So she's talking about reparations for people traumatized by ICE. Ain't mentioned none of them ain't never mentioned reparations for Black Americans or doing anything substantial for our community.
There you go, y'all. There you go again. So it's clear now, and let's make this extra clear. The Democrats are wholeheartedly behind reparations for illegals. That's what they're telling you now, family. And it happened the same exact week that Mr. Mutombo came here. Roland Martin and them are all talking about reparations now. None of these people ever did. Okay, and I take that personal because I was at the rally for reparations, both of them, and I spoke at the second one. And when I looked into that audience, into that crowd, family, all I seen was my beautiful foundation of Black Americans. All I seen was my brothers and sisters, my kings and queens, goddess and gods. I ain't seen no damn Democrats. As a matter of fact, the only Democrat I seen there was some lady that was walking around trying to hate on us, and I checked her in front of about 30 people, okay? So you know the game, we know the game. And the problem is, fam, they know we know, and they know we shutting it all down. Reparations is clearly and specifically about foundational Black Americans, and we will not allow them to try to dilute it with all these other people. Speaking of that, family, when you do your little paperwork, let me see if I got the exact numbers up here, fam. Because you start looking at these individuals and their backgrounds, ain't it always somebody who's an illegal or came here from another country that starts talking all this talk? How many of y'all seen this right here? Look at your screen, family. Did y'all see this Elba? What's his name? Demetrius or whatever the hell, Elba? Y'all see now how he's trying to represent being Ghanaian all of a sudden? Y'all remember just a year and a half ago, he was running around here telling everybody that he's really a Black American because he had a family member that lived in Kansas City or some BS. Now you see him, fam, coming out the woodwork. Oh, I'm technically a Black American now, but I'm really from Ghana, though. Y'all see what I'm saying? Look at it. Y'all look at your screen. Now he coming out here trying to ride that train. Ain't no coming back on this side. Your ass gonna go over there. You gonna stay over there. You gonna stay away from here. That's the only thing you gonna do. Ain't gonna be no flip-flopping where you want to be a Black American yesterday, and now we start seeing them talk about reparations. Now he want to put on a damn foundational Black American / Ghanaian mama. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, I never liked him either. Straight up and down, I never liked this dude. Never liked this guy. You another one of them Brits that come over here and tries to run with our swag, okay? But Black Americans don't like y'all because y'all ain't got enough style for us, okay? So let's keep that all the way live. You ain't running no game on us. So he's out here now trying to run with that, fam. Yes, the hell he is. And all of them got some type of agenda. Everybody does. But again, we're on code. Let me show y'all, by the way, the lady that we were just talking about. Fam, this woman is a full-fledged tether, illegal immigrant. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, I guess you're Jayapal. Pramila Jayapal, I can't pronounce it. You got too many damn syllables for me. All that, I read this. Congresswoman, illegal immigrant, has a truly international background. She was born in India, but her childhood was spent moving between India, Indonesia, and Singapore. I don't see no damn American anywhere in this. At the age of 16, she came to the United States on her own. You ain't come here on your own. You ain't come here on your own. But guess where she went to, y'all? To attend Georgetown University. This ain't nothing but damn Kamala. Absolutely, fam. You ain't lying. Yeah. A Punjabi tether. I see you in the chat. This is nothing more than a Punjabi tether. And went to Georgetown. She eventually became a U.S. citizen in 2000 and currently represents Washington's 7th Congressional District, which includes Seattle. So AKA tether, illegal. Your ass ain't like us. So do you see why we say that these individuals ain't got no business being in our business, and these people ain't got no business holding no type of slots or positions in the United States government because all they give a damn about is themselves? This is what you're seeing, family. And everybody's seeing it. And FBA seeing it, fam. But I'm going to tell you like this right now, fam. It's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. Let me say this, okay? If you coming over here and you got playing in your heart, and you coming over here thinking you're going to have an easy little walk, it ain't going to be no cakewalk dealing with us. No. We talking about certified foundational Black Americans, grassroots excellence, the reparations generation, and we ain't got no games to play. This ABK all day and everybody's getting it. So when we putting in work, the ancestors putting in work, there ain't nothing left to do, family, but pop them damn bottles and celebrate. But fam, there's another community that is coming out here, and this particular community is very hell-bent on Black Americans not being Black Americans. Yeah. What I told you a minute ago, fam, let's go there. Foundational, they don't want you to say that no more. Black, I got people running around here saying, let's just not be Black no more. I'm like, what the hell you mean no Black? Black is a color. How many of y'all tired of hearing people say that? Before I go on to this next person, how many of y'all tired of seeing people say we need to quit calling ourselves Black? How y'all tired of that? I can't stand that one, fam. Black is a color. Black is not a people. Black is not a race, as if they don't know what we're talking about. Do they think when we talk about Black, we're talking about a crayon box? I can't stand that fact, fam. That irritates the hell out of me. These folks are always running around here trying to get us to not be something that we are because we got power. It all got power. It all breeds power. We moving with power. That's why. Yeah, I'm tired of that. Let me tell you something. BLACK all damn day. Okay. You don't want us to be Black because we have created power now in that term. Okay. We took that like we take everything and we give it power. That's why. You don't like foundational because that gives us power. You don't want us to be American because we built America and that is power. Notice, family. When it was minority, nobody ever told you to change that. When it was people of color, nobody ever told you to change that. When it was Black and brown, nobody ever told you to change that. And when it was African American, nobody ever told you to change that. Out of nowhere now, Black foundational American, foundational Black American. Now everybody want us to flip-flop. Family, Mr. Yao Ming has entered the chat. And Mr. Yao Ming says he don't want us to be Black Americans no more. And he said it way the hell over in his little home country. Watch.
Has been brainwashed by the idea of Black Americans. Sometimes I see Black Americans defending the United States under my video, but I'm not really sure they are real Black Americans. It could be a robot account with Black people's picture on it, such like this one. But in case some Black Americans has...
Who paid you? Who paid you, Chow Mein? Who paid you? That sound like damn Joyless Reed. Fam, did he just try to hit us with the it's a bot? It's a bot. Who paid you? Fam, they got the old, outdated talking points. They ain't updated nothing.
The idea of Black Americans. Sometimes I see Black Americans defending the United States under my video, but I'm not really sure they are real Black Americans. It could be a robot account with Black people's picture on it, such like this one. But in case some Black Americans has been brainwashed by the education system to believe they are Americans, I just want to point out something, not trying to offend you. You are still second-class citizens in the United States till today, 2026. None of the crucial resource is controlled by Black family in the United States. All the crucial resource in the United States is controlled by white families. So Black Americans till today, you guys are still second-class citizens in that country. You may say we have movie stars, we have superstar singer, we have celebrities, but those are not a crucial resource to a country. So
why do you care so much? Why do you give a damn? Fam, why is this man so obsessed with us? This man ain't even here. He ain't even one of us. What the hell that got to do with anything, fam? Let's go even further, fam. We here.
Sometimes I see these Black Americans defending the United States. It just makes me feel like either they are deeply brainwashed or they have been losing their mind. And sometimes I see some Asian American defending the United States. I don't even want to talk to you guys. You guys are not even third-class citizens in that country. Has been brainwashed by the...
There you go, y'all. There you go. Why do these people give a damn? Why are you so obsessed with what we call ourselves? Why do you care that we certified foundational Black Americans? You see what we're talking about? Yeah, more concerned with us than worried about your own homeland. They get mad when we tell them to fix their own homeland, but the problem is that they always worried about our homeland and not theirs. Not theirs at all. So family, just in a few minutes, we done went through Chicken Chow Mein done popped up. He telling us to quit being Black Americans. You done seen all the different tethers from the Caribbean African. They running around here. You even had a Punjabi tether. Fam, that's way too many different people from way too many different backgrounds who ain't even from the United States of America, all worried about Black folks. Notice they have never said nothing about W's. I'm still waiting on the day for tethers to say something about the dominant society. I'm still waiting. That dude could have had a whole thing getting mad at the W's. Why don't you talk about them? Remember, the W's dropped one of them things on your continent. But you ain't got no problem with that, though. So basically, you okay with them dropping what they dropped in your home continent that still affects people to this day. You're okay with that. You just mad that Black Americans are American and you can't do nothing to change it. That is what we talk about, family. This is why these individuals are so upset with us, because they understand the power is right around, fam. Let me tell you, and I mean this on everything. I love y'all. They know our power is only getting stronger. They know our power is only getting bigger. They are trying to get in front of this FBA wave because they're reaching the point, brothers and sisters, they realize they can't stop it. They reaching the point that foundational Black Americans, we ain't taking no naps. You got to remember this, family. They're so used to Democratic controlled opposition that always does what the Democrats say and pretend. See, America's very used to pretend activists. They're used to the Black Lives Matter. They're used to the D-Rays. They're used to the Tamika Mallorys of the world. People they control that pretend to be down with Black folks, but really ain't. They're having a hell of a hard time dealing with this foundational Black American grassroots energy that is not co-opted, that is not controlled. This is where the problem lies. They thought that we would take a nap and lay down and get tired. They thought after the first rally for reparations, everybody would just go home. No, everybody mounted the hell up like regulators. And this is why everything's getting so strong, fam. I'm going to say something, and I want to bring this up to everybody, y'all. And I want to know you guys' opinion on this, okay? Because y'all know we interactive right here. What's the best thing that y'all seen in this era? And I'm talking about the last, what would y'all say? I would say 2010 forward. I would say 2010 is when it really started to bubble. And then we got to around 2020, 2022, the first rally for reparations. What's the most significant thing that you guys have seen that makes you so proud of what's going on in our world today? I'm going to tell you two things. We already have FBA, the identification and the delineation, and then the regulation. Those are my three favorite things. I said, give me one. I gave you three. Fam, you can give me 15 because we got so many. What's the thing that makes you guys the most proud about what's going on today? Because I know for certain everything that makes you proud, I'm talking about you, and you. Everything that makes you proud is making them scared. Trust me when I tell you that. So y'all let me know right now what it is, family. Yep, the reactions to our delineations. Somebody put ice. I ain't mad at that. Delineation, absolutely. I see where you coming from. I ain't mad at that. Crippling the Democratic establishment. Delineation. Shout out to my sister Natural, the beautiful Oracle. Shout out to you. Unity, getting on code. That's another great one, family. Delineation again. There we go. Somebody said it to me one time, fam. They said, y'all, we got like 3 or 4 different movements all in one. We got 3 or 4 different movements all in one, y'all, but it's all under the umbrella of the FBA grassroots. Remember, y'all, FBA is the lineage. Delineation and reparations are the movement, and certified foundational Black Americans, we are the grassroots, and we changing the game. And we changing the game so much, y'all. Remember how last week I showed everybody that the W's were being very, very friendly to that W woman. Remember this right here, fam? Remember I showed y'all this? Well, family, let me tell y'all some developments. And by the way, I've been listening to all of these different people, and nobody's breaking it down like we've been breaking it down, y'all. Y'all know why we got the hell away from the whole African Union? Y'all know why we got the hell away from that whole finesse with Ghana? It's because, family, it goes deeper than all of that. When they was over here doing this right here, family, they weren't only trying to run game on us, fam. They were also running game on each other. Because we broke the news last week, fam, that simultaneously while they were doing that in America, Ghana was over there signing deals with the European Union. How in the hell are you going to try to get reparations from the same people you just made a defense pact with? Fam, let's break it down. Let's methodically break it down, fam, while we in the building and in the place, y'all. You mean to tell me right now, Ghana comes to the United States of America, and Ghana says that they want reparations for the transatlantic slave trade. While back in Ghana, where everybody's looking this way, they are writing a defense pact with the European Union. Family, it's about to go down in Ghana. It is the best thing that we ever did. That's why I'm so happy to see y'all break down how we are delineating and we are separating and we are regulating. You know why, y'all? It's because Ghana is about to go through hell. And all of those African countries are about to go through hell. They're gearing up Africa so they can fight each other even more. So while they're worried about the transatlantic slave trade, fam, they better be worrying about the next scramble for Africa. Look at this right here, fam. Oh, man, there was a massive finesse that went on, y'all. And I'm not just talking about them trying to get our money. I'm talking about this.
President John Dramani Mahama stood at the United Nations yesterday, demanding the slave trade be declared a crime against humanity. His own government today signed a full-blown security and defense partnership with the European Union, the very descendants of the slavers, and planted EU drones, anti-drone systems, and intelligence hardware literally meters from Burkina Faso's border. Brothers and sisters, this is not cooperation. This is a dagger at the throat of the alliance of Sahel states. Ghana, the black star of Africa.
Uh-oh, there go Mrs. Mayo. Mrs. Mayo's over there. They cutting deals. Oh, fam, while they was over here and they was talking about us, they was cutting deals so they can have the new transatlantic slave trade. They can have the new scramble for Africa. Oh, it's about to get really, really real over there. We glad we over here and we glad we let it be known they not like us.
Has just become the EU's forward operating base against Captain Ibrahim Traoré and the revolutionary governments of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. Ghana has played a dangerous double game and the entire Sahel is now on high alert. Let me take you inside what just happened. Yes,
Ghana's playing a dangerous double game. Fam, one half of that double game is them over here talking about reparations. The other half is them over there taking arms so they can go harm their we all black brother. Fam, this don't sound like we all black brother. This don't sound like we all melanated brother. This sound like you ready to go to war with other Africans because nobody hates Africa more than Africans.
Yesterday, March 24th, 2026, EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas flew into Accra like a conqueror returning to old territory. In the glittering conference hall, she stood beside Ghana's Vice President.
Oh, wait. He said she flew into Ghana like an old conqueror trying to get back some territory. Fam, that's the descendant. The descendant. Where you at, Kubar? Kubar, come on, put the pancakes down. Put the pan pizza down. Ain't you a citizen of Ghana, Kubar? How come you ain't talking about this? Family, that W woman is the descendant of those who participated in the transatlantic slave trade. But guess what? The Ghanaian president and vice president, they're the descendants of people who participated in the transatlantic slave trade because they were both slave trade dealers. And she's coming back for everything.
like a conqueror returning to old territory. In the glittering conference hall, she stood beside Ghana's Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang and signed the first ever EU-Africa Security and Defense Partnership in history. Ghana is the guinea pig. The deal covers counterterrorism, cybersecurity, border control, maritime security, and the immediate delivery of military drones, bomb disposal vehicles, motorcycles, and anti-drone jammers worth tens of millions of euros.
Damn! They got an arsenal. Listen to these weapons. Fam, how you gonna ask for reparations from the United Nations against Europe when you just bought arms? Fam, what part of this makes any sense? You're saying that Europe is so bad and racist, but you just cut an arms deal with them. Arms that you gonna pick up against other Africans. Kind of like how you sold other Africans.
And the immediate delivery of military drones, bomb disposal vehicles, motorcycles, and anti-drone jammers worth tens of millions of euros under the European Peace Facility. National Security Coordinator Osman Abdul Razak called it a signal of EU determination. Kala smiled and said the EU is here to support West African countries like Ghana. But let's be brutally honest. Burkina Faso is 45 minutes by road from where I'm standing right now. The AES countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, have spent the last 3 years kicking France and America out, nationalizing their uranium and gold, and telling Europe your time is over. And now Europe has used Ghana as the back door. This is shocking, this is historic, and this is dangerous. President Mahama's government calls it pragmatism. The African street is already calling it treason, because while Mahama was at the UN thundering about the reparations for the slave trade.
There you go. Hey, don't take it from me. Fam, I'm broadcasting live from the United States of America. I'm in Georgia, baby. Shout out to all my GA Bulldogs. This person is broadcasting from Africa. This is what they're saying. So when I knew that he came over here, while they were over there making deals, apparently his fellow Africans said the same thing. If you don't believe me, an American, listen to it coming from an African.
Pragmatism. The African street is already calling it treason, because while Mahama was at the UN thundering about the reparations for the slave trade, invoking the 12.5 million stolen souls, the forts at Elmina and Cape Coast, the blood that built Europe, his vice president was shaking hands with the same bloc whose ancestors ran those slave castles. How do you condemn the children of slavers one day and then sign a defense pact with them the next? President John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, it's real. Man, it's real. And it can't get more real than that. Damn. Whoa. Fam, they got some problems. And those problems are about to go up. Foundational Black Americans, we good, man. We ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You see what we was talking about, fam? We were right here and we broke it down and we told everybody that this type of situation was going to be a type of situation that was going to end up having pushback and blowback. We knew there was multiple plays there. They're trying to hijack foundational Black American reparations. And at the same exact time, they're misdirecting other Africans away from the fact that they are welcoming in them. Fam, when you sign a defense pact with the European Union and you're a part of the African Union. Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. Did we just break that down? Did we just expose that? Wait a minute. Remember the African Union was trying to sixth region Black Americans? Well, the African Union just cut a deal with the European Union because all of them folks are clicked up and tied in to the main African Union. So if the African Union and the European Union are making deals, then maybe all that stuff about a transatlantic slave trade, worst crime in American world history, Earth history, the planet history, the stratosphere, maybe all of that is exactly what they were doing. It's the slave trader and the slave trader making deals back doing what they've always done because they've always been buddies. There you go, family. There you go. What they gonna do other than try to scam Black Americans? What they gonna do, fam? And it's all one big play. Fam, you got to remember, nobody on the planet Earth respects African leaders. African leaders don't even live in Africa. Half of them and their children all live in England, okay? So for Black Americans to look at African leaders and say, hell no, fam, you got to remember, they don't even like their own leaders. You mean to tell me that they're trying to make this man some type of big, propped up superhero of reparations? Family, look at this dude. He represents your typical standard African leader that has never done anything for Africa. Remember, it was Vladimir Putin who said Africa is nothing more than just a gravesite for their leaders because their leaders are never in Africa. Remember, Vladimir Putin said that, family. Yes, the hell he did. And everybody knows that. Yes, the hell we do. So the fact that their leaders that they don't even trust are over here trying to get us to get behind them, hell no. Black Americans, we don't give a damn. Let me tell you what they need to worry about. They always talking about who's leaders in FBA. Foundational Black Americans, we aren't led by anything. We're not led by none of your little foreign governments. We lead by the code. We lead by our brothers and sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods. We step together. They, on the other hand, it's always a leader that's working with the United Nations, and that leader always gets bumped off, right? Right, exactly. So this is why you ain't going to try to get foundational Black Americans on none of that. Hell no, family. This is what I always tell people. The Africans and the Europeaners, they have the longest history. Do you know this, fam? I'm about to say this, and y'all heard me say this, and if you haven't heard me say this, listen very carefully. Africans and Europeaners have more of a history together than Black Americans have with Africans, if you really want to talk the truth. I'm going to say it one more time. Europeaners and Africans, they're brothers. Yes, they are. They have a elongated history together. Hell, they sold humans together. We've never sold anybody. Black Americans, we haven't participated in selling human beings with another human. Do you understand how close you become to somebody when you both partake in the selling of another life? Family, you can't get more clicked up than that. You can't be more buddy-buddy than that. They have a slave-trader love affair, and they've always had it. You examine it by any type of statistical measure, you will see that the engagements and the participations and the connections between Africa and Europe far outweighs Black Americans' dealings with Africa. Quite frankly, on a real, genuine scale, Black Americans and Africans are strangers. Europeaners and Africans are lovers. They love each other, family. They help colonize. They help sell slaves. Let's go there. They help colonize Africa. They help sell slaves, including their own family members. And apparently, even today, they're still making defense pacts so they can turn weapons against each other. Fam, who's the real family over here? You got to watch out for the Euro-African and the Afro-European. You got to watch them, family. And we've been the only ones telling everybody. So don't worry about Black Americans. Oh, by the way, I left out a big thing. Proximity. Remember, you got to come over this whole ocean before they ever encounter us. That's why we didn't go to school with them. We didn't grow up with them. They never been around us, fam. Do you know how close Europe and Africa are? Boom. Europe and Africa can see each other. There's only a sea that separates them. And they've been going back and forth, selling each other like candy bars. So yeah, man, them folks have been clicked up in real tight. That's on them. And family, let me tell you even further why we weren't paying no attention and no never mind to all the nonsense that they was talking about. I just showed you that they was cutting them deals over there, right? Now let me tell you something that we've been saying for the 100th time. How in the hell can you talk about reparations when you still have slavery going on in Africa right now? And I'm not just talking about any old regular slavery. Nope. I'm talking about they still have child slavery in Africa. They still have child slavery in Ghana. You know, the same Ghana that wants to come over here and don't talk about the slave trade then, don't talk about the slave trade now, don't talk about the slave trade in the future. Y'all notice that whole thing was basically only to come over here and talk reparations, but they didn't want us to talk about all their dirt. You notice that, fam? Oh, talk around all the dirt we do. Talk around the defense pact. Talk around the colonization. Talk around the scramble for Africa. They always want us to talk around everything they've been doing. But when we've been talking to them, they start running. Family, they are over there right now, all eyes on your screen. Watch how they're doing their own babies. Yeah, it's clear. Black Americans denounce any form of the African Union. We denounce any form of this reparations hijack, and we denounce any African government because those African governments are foreigners to us. Watch.
Deborah Pato saw kids working in the fishing industry under very troubling conditions.
The beauty of Lake Volta is deceptive. These are troubled waters. Thousands of children are fishing here. Some work in the family business. Many have been sold into modern-day slavery. Godwin labored on this lake for 5 years. Orphaned at 10, he was entrusted into the care of a man who promised to send him to school.
I didn't know that I was going to fish.
And at first, he didn't know how to swim.
Inside the water, they said the place is deep. maybe
Very deep.
Yeah, deep. So I'm afraid to go down.
If he refused, he was beaten.
I was afraid. I was thinking, I don't know when my life will end. So I was there and I said, let me run away.
Eventually, he did escape, saved by Wallace, who works undercover and has rescued over 150 children for an international charity. We went out on the lake to see for ourselves. Rickety vessels filled with kids, adept at unraveling the fine mesh, and when those nets snag on submerged tree branches, they're forced to dive deep into the murky waters to untangle them. Adult work made easier by exploiting agile bodies and tiny hands. The eldest here claims the 9-year-old boy on this boat is his brother.
How come the two brothers don't speak the same language?
That's what I'm telling you, that's some of the language barrier. You see?
Something odd.
Yeah.
Look at them kids, fam. I told you, the motherland don't take care of its babies. That ain't our motherland. Look how the motherland treats their kids. Somebody, somewhere, get the damn authorities to get them kids.
It's a red flag. Another little boy, believe it or not, called Freedom.
Freedom? Where's your mum?
He too is from far away and speaks a completely different language to the others on the boat.
Within the space of half an hour, we've already come across 4 boats in which there could be potential trafficking. Do you see this often?
Yeah, we see this often. So, but when we see that, we come back to do our underground investigation.
Wallace gathers intel from sources in Freedom's village. Weeks later, he confirms the child had been trafficked, but it was too late to rescue him. He'd been moved, a tactic slave owners use to evade arrest.
During this entire time, we haven't seen
tactics that slave owners use to evade arrest? How in the hell do you even compute that? How you got a slave trader clause? How you got a slave trader agenda? How you got slave trader tactics? Fam, there ain't an American that would even know where to go to sign up for that stuff. That means you've been doing it for a hell of a long time, Mr. Mutombo. Look like you're giving an interview to that W woman, telling this W woman how you like to sell young African kids. Nah, you ain't like us.
a single official from either the police or the Navy who is supposed to be patrolling this water.
And so children are easy prey.
Why do you think there is so much trafficking in this area?
It's due to poverty.
And poverty is all around us here. Desperate, extreme, persistent.
No, wait a minute. Hold
It's
up.
not just...
Fam, we got a lot of poverty in the United States of America. We ain't selling no damn kids. Let's get that straight. We've got poverty. Fam, don't that sound like it's the government? Doesn't it, fam? It's always somebody other than this is who you are. This is what you don't sell kids and say it's because of poverty. Okay, you go get something. Build your homeland. Quit worrying about us when we tell you to build your homeland. That man just said poverty makes them have kids that are slaves. Like it's cool. Fam, if there's some poverty, we gonna hit the block and go get a bag. These folks is out here saying, oh, I sell kids because of poverty. They got poverty in Baltimore, they ain't selling their kids. There's poverty in Atlanta, they're not selling their kids. There's poverty in St. Louis, they're not selling their kids. There's poverty in Oakland, they're not selling their kids. So how come you the only one who thinks that's justifiable to sell kids as slaves and use poverty as an excuse? And they get mad at me when I say, build your homeland.
As boys who are trafficked, these sisters were snatched near their family home, only recently rescued. Their eyes tell of horrors they could not speak out loud. Warnings of trafficking abound, but they're not a deterrent, as we found out from this slave owner turned informant.
How much did you pay for it?
As we found out from this slave owner turned informant.
How much did you pay for a child?
500 Ghana cedis.
That's about $80.
But it's a human life. You bought a child. Is that not slavery?
That's how it is, he shrugs. Over 25 years, he's bought thousands of children.
What? What the hell am I listening to? What the hell, fam? This man said it is what it is, and he has bought thousands of kids, and ain't nobody did nothing? How come you ain't led no movement to stop this Ghanaian government? Or how about any African? How about the Pan-Africans? There should be all the Pan-Africans, all the African unions, and they should be out there stopping this mass selling of children. It's one thing to sell a human being. It's another thing to sell thousands of them. And it's another thing to sell thousands of kids. And he just said, hey, shit happens, nigga. Hell no.
What's the worst thing you
as we found out from this slave owner turned informant.
How much did you pay for a child?
500 Ghana cedis.
That's about $80.
But it's a human life. You bought a child. Is that not slavery?
That's how it is, he shrugs. Over 25 years, he's bought thousands of children.
What's the worst thing you ever did as a slave owner?
Forcing a kid who doesn't know how to swim to dive to the bottom of the lake, he told us. They could go down and never come up. So many children have died here. But there is another dreadful truth to hear.
You were sold into slavery?
By my father, he tells us. The child slave has become the master. Godwin refuses to go that route.
I wanted to go to school so that I become someone. I didn't want to do fishing work.
He harbors no bitterness towards his abuser.
He has to be punished, but I forgive him.
Deborah Patterson.
Family, you know you got a big problem when you done enslave people so damn much that the person who was the slave grew up to be a slave trader. Fam, I know somebody who was a mechanic, grew up, and he became a mechanic. He was a little mechanic fixing things with his father, little guy, and then he grew up and he's got his own mechanic shop. I know people whose fathers and mothers were in the military. Then they grew up to be in the military. I've even met people who have grown up to be basketball players because they watched their parents play basketball. I have never seen nobody be a child slave and then grow up to be an adult slave trader of children, only in Africa. So that means Africa has no business, no right to ever talk about Black Americans in any shape, form, or fashion, no matter where you are, no matter what the hell you do. You better get your ass off TikTok and go save them damn kids. You better quit worrying about selling us dashikis and telling us we all Black, brother, and save them damn kids. Who's out there to save them kids? And notice, y'all, this man was very comfortable giving an interview to Karen. And guess what? That Karen that's doing the interview and Mr. Mutombo, the slave trader, that's the same exact people who participated and created the transatlantic slave trade. Every time you turn around, there's an African and a Europeaner, and they're both participating in the same type of filth. And typically, selling other Africans is the number one thing. That part. Family, this is insane. This is crazy. This is crazy, fam. This is the world that we live in. These are the people they want to tell us to be connected to. Let me say what I've always said, and y'all heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it one more time. Remember what I told you guys, fam. The only thing that they can come up with to stop foundational Black American progress and this FBA train that cannot be derailed is to tie us in to these third world countries. They understand when we stay FBA and we stay in our own space and we hold each other down, we are unequitable, untouchable, unmatched, unbreakable, and stronger than ever. The only thing they can do is try to tell us that we're African. So now we got to carry all the weight. And remember, y'all, you run around here and say you an African American, you just inherited them selling each other. You just inherited them selling their kids. You just inherited a grown-ass man that used to be a little boy, and slavery has followed him his whole life. If you look up slavery and you open the book, you're going to see an African on both pages. One African's the one doing the selling, the other one's doing the running. With all of that said, and all of that going on, they come over here and they talk about the transatlantic slave trade. What? Why are you talking about the transatlantic slave trade? And on top of that, family, all that going on, they're over there apologizing to Black Americans. So think about what you just seen, and now think about what he says.
To apologize deeply on behalf of the chiefs and people of Gold Coast and Ghana for the atrocities, the cruelty, the inhuman treatment that were committed 400 years ago by my ancestors during the Atlantic slave trade. where over 400 years ago, millions of our brothers and sisters were captured, sold, and transported under inhumane and cruel circumstances through Elmina Castle across to the Caribbeans and to the New World. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Ghana, I do render unqualified apology, deep from the bottom of our hearts.
Family, do you accept his apology, Black Americans? Mr. Fufu, number 77, he just apologized to you, Black folks. Do you accept his ashy apology? Here we go again, in case you missed it.
And to the New World. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Ghana, I do render unqualified apology, deep from the bottom of our hearts. Early.
Damn, I never seen so many hell no's in my life. I see y'all, family. I ain't never seen so many hell no's. Black Americans made it clear. One thing about foundational Black Americans, we don't talk in circles. We don't talk in riddles. We talk directly. You can't misconstrue what we say. Right now, the brothers and sisters said, hell no, take that apology and shove it up your ass and get the hell up out of here and worry about your own. There you go, brothers and sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods, my beautiful. They know exactly what foundational Black Americans are on, and they can't hit us with no, my apology. So did he say unqualified apology? It sounded like he said his unqualified apology. I don't know. But what I do know, beyond his babble, I know we ain't accepting none of that. Matter of fact, don't even talk to us. Keep your ass over there. Stay out of our business. We're going to tell you one damn time. Because, family, the more they try to turn us into them and twist it and turn it, that's the more these individuals think they're going to play funny style games with us. They think that they're going to try to hustle us, scam us. But you can't do that with foundational Black Americans. We're not going for that. We too damn certified, and this is our era. And, family, when I tell y'all this is our era, I want everybody to understand one thing for certain. Black Americans, and I do mean foundational Black Americans, y'all. We've been witnessing and watching all of this, and we know more about them than they think we know. See, I think that they think that everything is just nice and dandy and all fun and games and everybody's having a great time, and we don't know about them. See, they may play dumb, but we've been knowing that y'all sell each other. We've been knowing that y'all owe us reparations. We've been knowing that you love the W more than the W knows or thinks about his own self. And they are mad now that Black Americans is calling them out on it. See, they had a good time when they could have all the Democrats and Pan-Africans running around here. We just seen how clicked up the Democrats and the Pan-Africans are. Didn't you just see Reverend Al Sharpton, the Perminator, shooting out and giving a big special thank you to James Smalls? Every time you turn around, you see a Pan-African and a Democrat always clicked in, right? Well, foundational Black Americans expose that as well. So we don't accept no apologies. And guess what? Your apologies should be going to what Africans are doing to Africans. But the only reason why you're trying to do this fake apology with us is because you see we're getting to the money. Just like I said in the beginning of this broadcast, classic, epic broadcast, family. I told everybody we are right there on the door of reparations. This is why you're having UN summits, fam. When the opposition gathers up to have a UN summit about reparations, that's because they know we getting close. When they spend all this damn money to fly all over the damn planet so they can talk about reparations, that's because we getting close. You don't do that when everything is far away. You don't do that when you think you're safe. That right there is of people who know it ain't looking too kind. Let me show y'all even furthermore. Look at this, fam. Remember they said that they didn't sell slaves? Watch this same story that we have broke down. And by the way, this is a tether.
People into slavery, and now they're at 93 member states get one vote. It's the closest thing we have to a international government. Think of resolutions like bills, except resolutions in the General Assembly are not legally binding, meaning the United Nations cannot force a country to enforce a law, arrest somebody, or actually act on what is passed. So what's the point? Purpose of these resolutions is to show that there is a global consensus. They get cited in legal documents. They become the foundation for future enforceable agreements. Ghana asked for...
There it goes again. She about to tell her tether ass lie straight up and down. And here comes the foundation of everything, because the foundation knows they love foundation, don't they? Did they just discover that word, y'all? Because damn, they always bring it up, foundation. Goodness gracious.
So what's the point? Purpose of these resolutions is to show that there is a global consensus. They get cited in legal documents. They become the foundation for future enforceable agreements. Ghana asked for the international community to formally declare the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity. 123 countries voted yes, so the resolution was passed. 3 countries voted no, which was United States, Israel, Argentina, and the entire EU abstained to vote, including the United Kingdom. Are we shocked? Don't expect countries who've built their wealth off the back of Africans to admit that they've aided to the gravest crime committed against humanity. I want to more so talk about what's going on in the diaspora. Why are people upset at Ghana being the country to lead this conversation about reparations when Africans sold Black people into slavery?
No. Who said they leading what? They ain't leading nothing. Fam, let's go ahead and cut this short, because I'm seeing a hell of a lot of tethers the last few days, and they're saying, well, people are just upset because, Africans are leading the conversation. You ain't leading the MFing thing. You got it effed up. You ain't leading nothing. Your ass came over here and had a little press conference that the brothers and sisters ran your ass off the block, and your asses is flooding and you swimming in mud right now. You ain't leading nothing. Don't let these people slide that in as an afterthought, fam. Check that on sight. Don't let them try to slide with that one, because now they're trying to prop it up, look like Africa is leading the reparations conversation. Don't even let them joke about that. You ain't leading nothing. We got our own reparations claim, completely separate and independent from Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, the United Nations. We are way the hell over here on our own, the same place where we've always been. Foundational Black Americans reside on our own block, a block that you can't come in. You ain't leading nothing. You better lead the authorities over there and go save them damn kids that you selling. We ain't having no damn slave traders try to lead a reparations conversation.
Slavery. The transatlantic slave trade definitely was successful, in part due to the participation of African leaders and traders. I'm not a revisionist of history. That did happen. What we're missing is the socioeconomic context of why they had to do it. During that time, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, these countries didn't exist.
Why they had to do it? Fam, it's always they had to do it. This is justification. They keep saying, I had to sell the kid. I had to kidnap him. I had to take them away from their family. I had to give them to the W's for some bushmeat. Fam, they are absolutely okay with slavery. I want y'all to hear how okay these people are with slavery. Have y'all heard any remorse? Have y'all heard any remorse from these people? Or do you hear people justifying selling other people while they want a paycheck in the process?
African countries were created in the 20th century during the Berlin Conference, when European nations met together, split up Africa, gave them names, and basically decided what was theirs and created countries. Before that, kingdoms and ethnic confederacies existed. Shanti, Dahomey, Congo, etc. The framing of African countries participated in the slave trade is completely off, and it distorts what actually happened. In doing that, you're actually retroactively punishing African countries for committing crimes before they even existed.
Oh, no, hold up, wait, nah, she about to get this work. No, we ain't having that. No. Wait a minute now. I want y'all to notice how they're trying to tell Black Americans, well, it really wasn't them because they weren't created yet. Well, if those countries weren't created yet, how come you're always trying to tell us that we're from those countries? Because the first thing Black Americans say is that our lineage is older than all them countries in Africa. But when we say that, they get mad. They say, oh, nigga, you still African. And we'd be like, yo, Black Americans as the lineage, heritage, and culture, we're actually older than all of those damn countries over there in Africa. They don't like when we say that, but they love when they use that as an excuse to sell each other. That's the same exact thing we've been saying, fam. What's any different? We've been telling them for the longest amount of time that we're older than all of their nations. And they throw a damn tantrum every time we say it. But now out of nowhere, they want to talk about the age groups and they want to talk about when they came around. Yo asses is still responsible because guess what? Whether that stuff is called Ghana in a circle, in a square, in a rectangle, or a triangle, it's still the same descendants who did the same exact thing. Yo ass is responsible for it. You ain't gonna play foundational Black America. Hell no, bout ain't, bout won't. Look at that screen, family. Look at your screen right there. How long we been telling them? Because they don't like that. Because when we say that we're older than their countries, they can't come around here and say, well, technically, y'all are African. No, we older than all of y'all. And then they turn around and say, well, hold on now. But still, I mean, it's technically the white man who did it. No, you did it. You don't like the fact that we got receipts on your ass. That's what you don't like. And we got a hell of a lot of receipts on you. So many damn receipts that you run every time you see a certified foundational Black American. How about that one right there, fam? Look at it, fam. Look, you see, they completely participated in the slave trade. How many receipts you want? You want all the receipts, family? Look at this one right here. Look at this. There you go, right there. Look at your screen, family. Look at your screen. Did they participate, the Ashantis? Did they? Yes, the Ashantis. Yes, they goddamn participated in it. Oh, you thought we didn't have receipts as foundational Black Americans? You thought you were just going to say whatever the hell popped in your head? That ain't how it worked on these FBA streets. We got all the receipts that prove y'all been selling each other for the longest amount of time. As we proceed, these people think their delusion applies to us, but it don't.
Pan-African shared sense of identity did not exist, so they were strangers to each other with competing kingdoms. When Europeans arrived, they introduced this little thing called guns. The Europeans would go from tribe to tribe, pitting people against each other, arming people with guns, and the price they had to pay for these guns was Africans. Europeans shifted the power balance.
So you sold your brother for weapons that you turned on your brother. Wait a minute. Hold up. Family, let me play this back one more time. Listen to what she said. Oh, Mrs. Fufu, you thought you was out here putting in work, but your ass out here getting work. And where your eyebrows at? God damn, where your hairline? God damn, you need to take some of that damn tether Botox out your lips and worry about why your hairline done slipped off the back of your shoulder blades. Listen to what she says.
The Europeans would go from tribe to tribe, pitting people against each other, arming people with guns, and the price they had to pay for these guns was Africans.
Fam, does that sound just like the defense pact that they just signed with the European Union? Oh my God. Family. So you mean to tell me that they sold each other for weapons and now they're selling each other out for weapons so they can do what they did back then, turn the weapons on each other. The more things change, the more the flies stay the same. That sounds identical to the defense pact that Ghana just signed with the European Union. You sold weapons back then, you're selling weapons right now, and those weapons are going to be pointed at each other. There you go, family. If you let them talk long enough, like 3 seconds, they're going to prove everything that we've always said, fam. Why everybody's mad is because FBA called it and it happened. FBA said it was going to go down, it went down. FBA predicted it, and then we watched it occur. This is beautiful to be us. Oh, I love me some us, fam. I love us, fam. You got to love being a part of this lineage, heritage, and culture because you can say things and then you can just sit back. And the ancestors going to get them, the facts going to get them, the receipts going to get them, and they going to get got. So you see right there, fam, they signed a defense pact back then. They signed a defense pact right now. And every time they sign a defense pact, there's always a Miracle Whip Mayo right front and center that makes you fight your brother. Let me tell you, how many of you guys got brothers and sisters? Okay, I got brothers. Okay, and let me tell you one thing. Ain't nobody on earth going to get me to fight my brother. Okay, matter of fact, me and my brother going to get together and we going to whoop your ass. Okay, because that's how FBA is. Fam, you know how I go. I ain't got, fam, we got Black Americans in here. We what, 2.7 thousand? Okay, let's go there. Family, you know the old FBA adage. I can say what I want about my brother. You bet not. I can say whatever the hell I want about my sister. You better not. I'm saying it out of love. I'm saying it because I care. Y'all know, let's go there. Let's put some FBA energy in this chat tonight, fam. We in here bubbling, y'all. Classic broadcast. Black Alpha #1 chat. I understand that they don't understand how we rock. See, we don't blame the government and we don't make excuses and justifications for selling babies. Let's talk about how we talk about family. You don't talk about my brother. You better never talk about my brother. You better not ever talk about my sister. You better not talk about my cousin. You better not talk about my best friend. You better not talk about my neighbor if that's my homeboy. I can say what I want because guess what? I can talk about my brother because I'm going to go there for my brother. So that gives me the right to do it out of love. Them, on the other hand, they will sell their brother. They will sell their sister. They'll sell their parents. Mom and daddy Fufu going to get snatched up. Mom and daddy Joloff going to get snatched up. That ain't how we rock. You see the disloyalty, fam? Don't you ever trust somebody who says, I just had to sell those kids. Why? Just because I had to. Because I was a kid who was a slave, so now I want to enslave children. Don't you ever trust nobody who talks like that, family. Hell no. We're going to exist in our own presence, a presence in which they cannot be, and we're going to call out and expose them from pillar to post, top to bottom, y'all. I ain't playing no damn games with these tellers, not today. When you took your ashy ass to the UN and you wanted to finesse my reparations, you done took this up another level. You got tired of the regulating before, you're going to be pissed off today. You was tired of delineation last week. Wait until you see this delineation. 2026 is going to be the year of the regulators. You know why? Because it was a clear dark night, a clear white moon. FBA was on the streets trying to consume. Certified salute to the team. Let me show y'all, shout out to Nate Dogg and Warren G, regulators in the place, y'all. Let me show y'all how this woman was running her mouth, but how everything she said made no sense. And we got all the receipts that prove she don't know what she's talking about. Because only thing they talk about is tether babble. Fam, that's going on right now. That right there, family. There you go. That's Africa right now. That's Ghana right now. So can I get this right, brothers and sisters, kings, queens, goddess and gods, my certified brethren? While they were talking about foundational Black Americans in our reparations, they were being flooded. While they were talking about certified foundational Black Americans, they were signing defense pacts. While they were talking about certified foundational Black Americans, they were floating away. If you would ever think there was a time to not worry about mine, I would assume that time would be right now. But just like an African, just like a Haitian or a Jamaican, if FBA is not front and center, then they are not interested because they want to be us, can't see us. Not one damn portion of it. So family, that right there is only highlighting what we've been saying, how the ancestors are out there putting in that work. And I told y'all what happens, fam. ABK, for those who ain't see it before, family, there go your definition. And the universe has been dishing out consequences and repercussions. Anybody and everybody who's disrespected us is getting G-checked, and they getting G-checked by the Most High. And family, when they said that they never sold slaves, and they said the W made them do it, I'm about to show y'all how they have a long history of selling each other before the W. Wait a minute. Let Black Alpha tell you even further. I'm about to show you how those African empires and them African tribes, they were selling each other before the W ever came. You got to remember, y'all, by the time they encountered the Europeaner, they had already had thousands of years of history of brutal slavery. Remember, the Europeaner joined in on the slavery that had already existed amongst Africans. Remember, the Arab joined in on the slavery that had already existed before Africans. So we're talking about slavery and we're talking about slave trade. What slave trade are we talking about? You're talking about the Arabic slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, or the African on African slave trade that went on before the both of them. Watch, observe, and you're now rocking with the best ever. Here we go, y'all.
But slavery was still a feature of life that long before the Atlantic slave trade began. A succession of powerful empires occupied the region, which all rested on complex slave systems. The Ghanaian Empire from the 3rd to the 13th century began a tradition of powerful West African imperial states, and built much of its wealth through trans-Saharan trading of slaves or goods acquired through slave labor. The salt, copper, and gold that made the Mali Empire and Mansa Musa fabulously wealthy were all extracted with slave labor. Domestic slavery was also common, and Mali was known to import female slaves from the Mediterranean to act as domestic servants in the households of the elites. Most of the slaves were acquired through conquest of neighboring kingdoms, or tribal groups who were too weak to defend themselves from the organized imperial militaries.
Whoa, look at that, fam, look at your screen. That's what was going on, brothers and sisters. Look at your screen. That's what was going on. Listen to it. They was already feuding and fighting and never viewing each other as brothers and sisters. Every time you hear somebody today justify slavery, justify turning on each other, justify snatching their niece up and selling their niece off for some weapons, think about that right there. Every time you see somebody say it's the government's fault, why I backstab the person who looks like me, think about that picture right there. Every time you hear them say that it was the W who started it, always remember this first line.
But slavery was still a feature of life that long before the Atlantic slave trade began. A succession of powerful empires occupied the region, which all rested on complex slave systems. The Ghanaian Empire from the 3rd to the 13th century began a tradition of powerful West African imperial states and built much of its wealth through trans-Saharan trading of slaves or goods acquired through slave labor. The salt, copper, and gold that made the Mali Empire and Mansa Musa fabulously wealthy were all extracted with slave labor. Domestic slavery was also common, and Mali was known to import female slaves from the Mediterranean to act as domestic servants in the households of the elites. Most of the slaves were acquired through conquest of neighboring kingdoms, or tribal groups who were too weak to defend themselves from the organized imperial militaries. Successor empires like the Songhay, Jollof, and Kabu inherited the social and economic structures of slavery and continued to acquire slaves as they scrambled to establish their own territories. Elites in these empires used slaves as a status symbol, and ownership of slaves came to represent someone's wealth and power. Slavery took many different forms in West Africa. Some worked the land or the mines, others served as soldiers or even political advisors. In some places, slaves were permitted to own land that they cultivated in their free time and might earn enough from this land to buy their own freedom. In other places, the lot of slaves was more miserable.
Damn, listen to that last part, brothers and sisters. Listen.
Slavery took many different forms in West Africa. Some worked the land or the mines, others served as soldiers or even political advisors. In some places, slaves were permitted to own land that they cultivated in their free time and might earn enough from this land to buy their own freedom. In other places, the lot of slaves was more miserable.
Damn. Family, that is a well-documented, well-organized, highly functional slavery machine. Because guess who taught the Arabic person how to enslave Africans? The African, because the African was already enslaving them way before they met the Arabic man. Guess who taught the European man how to sell African slaves? It was the African, because the African was already selling slaves way back then. Does that exonerate the Arabic person or the Europeaner? No. But does that mean all three of them are going to be put on the same line as guilty as charged? You damn right. But guess who's never sold any slaves? Guess who never had tribalism? Guess who doesn't have a rich history of that brutality that you just saw on your screen? Black Americans. We don't have that type of history, family. Do you really want to go there to why we're so excellent? You notice all these different people when you go into antiquity and even present day, they all have stories about fighting each other, harming each other, all these wars going back and forth. Foundational Black Americans, we're the only people who have one opposition that we've always consistently fought. The dominant society and the system of supremacy. You can't point to none of that with us. Where you want to go to Europe, fam, what they were doing to each other. Go to the Middle East, look what they're doing right now. Go to Asia, look what they're doing. Go to Africa, you just seen it well presented. There's only one set of people, lineage, heritage, and culture, that has a history of harmony, of peace, of loyalty, solidarity. That be us. That's why we love us, some us, and they better believe it, family. While all this was going on, and these individuals were feuding and fighting and hating each other, foundational Black Americans were building this country. And I'm talking about the first time, because we built this country 3 times. Don't get it twisted and tangled. The indigenous people weren't just sitting around. The indigenous people built this country, and then it turned into the United States of America, and we rebuilt that. And then Reconstruction, we rebuilt that. Let me tell you what we don't have. We don't have a history of selling each other out. We don't have this well-documented thing of taking this person, snatching this person, grabbing that person, fam. That breeds a sense of hatred. That breeds a sense of animosity. Do you wonder why these people are so hell-bent on not liking anybody with a little bit of melanin? It's because they have a long history of what I call the African Melanin Wars. And the African Melanin Wars started way back in antiquity, and it has not stopped today. Why do you think when the Arab goes over there, red carpet? Why do you think when the Russian goes over there, red carpet? Don't let Mr. Mayo go over there, double red carpet. But when Black Americans go over there, unalived, Okada, take your ass home. Family, I'm only being real. Every time Black Americans is holding it down, these people don't like us. Who's the only people who get treated with disrespect when they go to Africa? It's foundational Black Americans. Now, if you're a celebrity, they'll roll out the red carpet. See, this is why we shut down all that. Malcolm X went over there, and Malcolm X is a legend. And they don't treat legends the same as they treat regular people. Malcolm X passed away in 1965. Had my grandfather went over there, the horse trainer grandfather of mine from Kentucky, he wouldn't have been treated too good. Let me tell you how my grandfather would have been treated. The same way your grandfather would have been treated. Miss me with the celebrity and rolling out the red carpet, because they viewed Malcolm the same way they view us with money today. What can I get out of it? So they've always been participating in what I call the African Melanin Wars. And the African Melanin Wars highlights a piece of African mentality, mythos, and beliefs that they always view somebody with melanin as opposition. Why? Is because before they encountered everybody else, all they saw was feuding and fighting with melanin. They say, well, the Europeaner got us to fight the other tribes. How come you never viewed the Europeaner as another tribe? Fam, what more other tribe do you get? Somebody who don't look like you, don't talk your language, came here with hostility. It's funny how the Europeaner's from another tribe, but you found a friend in him. You found a partner in him. You found an ally in him. But this person right over here next to you, you didn't see no connection? Family, I done been places where I have my foundational Black American brother. I had a partner from Atlanta, Georgia, family. I had another partner from Savannah, Georgia. I had another partner from New Orleans. Shout out to my 9th Ward family. I know y'all in here. Shout out. That's Atlanta, Savannah, and New Orleans. And then my other homeboy was from New Jersey. And family, do y'all know we was thick as thieves and we was brothers? Do you know if you ran up on my brother from New Orleans, you gonna have to deal with my brother from Savannah? If you ran up on Savannah, Atlanta was gonna see you. And then my partner from New Jersey was gonna get you. And then my partner from New Jersey, he had a partner from Baltimore. And then we all had a homeboy from KC. So family, that is Savannah, Atlanta, Jersey, Baltimore, KC. And you was going to get smoke from all of us. How come Africans don't have that type of camaraderie? Because I be damned. Let you be from the other side of the line. You going to war. Let you be from over there. They ain't going to like you. See the difference? We are not going to let nobody disrespect our camaraderie, our solidarity, and what we have built. We're not allowing that, family. You're not going to take and use us as some type of dump truck so you can dump all of your filth onto us. Because I'm telling you, you allow people from the die ass poor to dump their dirt on you, you'll be dirty forever, fam, because they've been dirty forever. So Black Americans are not allowing it. And I promise you, I will devote every single second to shutting that ish down, because you ain't going to pull that on us. Black Americans, we are a commonality culture. What is that commonality? That commonality means no matter where you're from, if you're a part of these 50 states and you're a part of this foundational Black American family tree and this bloodline, we are going to ride to the end, fam. What's the old saying, y'all? Ride or die, there go. But they have another one. It's sell each other out, steal from each other. And if you can sell somebody and make a few dollars out of it, then you've won. And family, let me tell you what they're doing now. You want to talk about their backstabbing culture? Here we go. Juneteenth, return to the motherland. Here's another one. Fam, as if last week with them coming here trying to get our reparations wasn't enough, they already getting ready for Juneteenth, something that ain't got nothing to do with them. Let's go.
I guess trying to take away Black History Month from Black Americans wasn't enough this year. Ghana wants people to celebrate Juneteenth this year. in Africa. It says Juneteenth return to the motherland in 2026. They say you can visit Ghana and explore connections to African American history.
What?
The lies. Blanked.
What? Visit Ghana and explore connections to African Americans? Fam, that's like me saying, come to my house and I can tell you about the one time I went to a Whitney Houston concert. I can tell you what she looked like from 70 different rows in the audience. What? How do you got to go to Ghana to experience Black American culture when you are in Black America? Fam, they trying to get a bag off of FBA.
And explore connections to African American history. The lies. Blanked lies. Ghana has no connections to Black Americans, not even my ancestors. You don't have nothing there to celebrate Black American history. The money scams, I just keep going. I can't understand that some Africans want people to praise Africa because it's so-called the motherland. But you can't make any money moves without throwing somebody else in there.
Woo, hold up. Say it one more time, sister. I don't know who she is, fam. If y'all see her on TikTok, tell her Black Alpha rock with her. This is a good one right here. Say that one more time.
Praise Africa because it's so-called the motherland. But you can't make any money moves without throwing somebody else in there, aka Black Americans. This should be interesting because what history? Ghana has nothing to do with us. Nothing at all. Nothing. Well, people, are you guys going to Ghana to celebrate Black American history this year?
There you go, family. No. We gonna be good right here because we ain't got to go no damn where to celebrate any damn thing. And fam, they really trying us though. They really trying Black Americans, family. They really think that we gonna fall for the okie doke. Look what they got. They already circulating it all, fam. You see what I'm talking about? Look at these people. They out there really, really trying to play us. Look at it though, fam. Look at the bottom. Price, only $3,699 per person. Look at that, fam. There you go. Oh, they need the bag, y'all. They want the bag, y'all. Look at that. $3,000, $3,600, really 3.7. They try to put the 699. No. $3,700 to go over there and to try to act like you down with foundational Black Americans. Look at these people, y'all. No shame. No shame. They ain't got none whatsoever, fam. They try to get any little bag they can, fam. If they can get a bag off of foundational Black Americans, there you go. That's what it's all about. Look at these individuals, family. They are really out there trying to play in our faces, fam. It ain't even April yet, which it will be in a few hours. And they already got their stuff locked in. They know who they trying to get the bag from, don't they? They said, FBA's over there. Let's try to get some money right now because we ain't got none where we're from. There you go, fam. These people really think they slick. FBA's not falling for that. It ain't no game, y'all. We're not playing around with these individuals. You got to be 100% certified all the damn time because these people looking at your money all the damn time. Shout out to my sister Natural. She always say it. Roasting ain't regulating. It's time to lean on our regulating. It's time to lean on the delineation because that's the only type of thing that these people understand. And they always want your cash. So you can see it right there, family. These people are already trying to do it. They already trying to get our bag. Everything to these individuals is to view Black Americans as money. That's what it is. Black Americans are a bag to the diaspora. We're not a friend. We're not an ally. The diaspora only talks about, the diaspora, they only talk about Black Americans with that friend talk because they're trying to get a bag from us. They only talk that ally talk because they're trying to get a bag from us. African American, same thing. We all black, brother, same thing. They don't believe none of that stuff because we know it ain't true. But they got to say those things to try to get money from us. They got to tell you we all black, brother, so they can get your money. They got to tell you African American so they can get your money. This is why whether it's the reparations UN hijack want to be failure, or it's the Juneteenth 2026 $3,700 trip, it's always black Americans represent money to them. That's what it is. And our reparations signal a bigger bag. You got to remember this, y'all. They always seen us as money. They never viewed us the same. Africans, Jamaicans, and Haitians never viewed black Americans as their friends. They always viewed black Americans as a come up for them to get paid. They always viewed black Americans as dollar signs. They would never pull this on the dominant society because you know they get in line with them. When it comes to black Americans, this is how it is. Go back to Pan-Africanism back in the day, fam. They used to be on the corner selling DVDs, VHSs, and cheap-ass Polex watches, y'all. Saw us as money. And then soon as we started to delineate and start talking about reparations, then out of nowhere, fam, it turned into, damn, they getting an even bigger bag. F the damn Rolexes, F the damn VHSs, take the DVDs and throw them. We want some of that reparations money. They're trying to get paid off of delineation because we the most popping thing on the planet, y'all. Every time you turn around, I already showed you Chicken Chow Mein was talking about us. I already showed you Goat Milk was talking about us. Everybody's talking about FBA, so they view us as a bag. They've always viewed black Americans as a bag. They never viewed us as friends. They never viewed us as allies because we ain't. They're strangers to us, but we're money to them. And the fact that we getting money over here right now, and we're about to get more money by way of a reparations check, then here come everybody with them get rich quick schemes off of FBA. But we shut down them get rich schemes when it comes to us because the only people who gonna get FBA money is FBA because FBA don't play. Let me show y'all even further what I'm talking about. Fam, brothers and sisters are shutting it down and brothers and sisters ain't going for it. That was the little scam. That was the little hustle. That was the little trick bag. But family, for every little trick bag they pull out nowadays, somebody gonna step to the plate and say, hell no.
Ain't no motherfucker from Ghana coming over here getting a motherfucking thing. Trust and believe, y'all gonna see something y'all ain't never seen before. Cause it's ridiculous. How on any grounds do he think y'all supposed to get anything? It makes no sense. Y'all wasn't even that name back then. Y'all didn't have, there was no Ghana. It wasn't even called Africa at that time. Like, y'all gotta stop. And y'all better stop really quickly. Because y'all definitely don't deserve nothing before the people who actually suffered deserve. I don't know why y'all think y'all can overstep us and then y'all try to play us and try to act like that's not what's happening. But everywhere we turn, that's exactly what we see. I don't care what they think they should got. They gonna have to wait. If anything, if the government want to give them whatever, cool. They gonna have to do it after we get ours. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because at the end of the day, if we went by what the YT man say, how the story went, you don't deserve anything as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure my ancestors, again, we're going by what the YT person said, wouldn't fuck with that. I know my motherfuckers, the family wouldn't fuck with none of that shit. The fuck you thought? Yo, you let these YT motherfuckers come over here and you sold us and, ooh, I don't care about I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care. I don't care about the whys and all that shit and the times. At the end of the day, it was done. That's done. And then they had to come to a land that they knew nothing about, and they suffered terribly, horribly. One of the greatest crimes against humanity. We suffered. Our bloodline suffered. It's in our fucking DNA still to this day. And you think you gonna get something? You think you deserve something? And then you think you're going to come over here. What you needed to come over here to do if you wanted to do something was figure out how to get some of them resources and give it to Black Americans. That's what you could have did. You could have came over here and made a fucking public apology to Black Americans right now. That's what you could have did. You's a fuck nigga. and anybody agree with that shit and is on that shit, you a fuck motherfucker.
Woo! Goddamn. I'll be damned. But fam, that's exactly how brothers and sisters out here see it, call it, and know it. See, there used to be a time we would see all this stuff and somebody would play a video and the person would be agreeing with it, saying, well, we can't get mad at them, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we all black now. Y'all notice all of them, we need to get on the same page videos done went away. And you see all the regulator videos done went up. You name it. You want to talk about a foundational Black American sister? They out there checking them. You want to talk about a foundational Black American brother? They out there checking them. I mean, you just pick, fam. Foundational Black American kids is out here checking them. Because right is right and wrong is wrong, and we know what it looks like. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and we know who the hell's always been wrong. Remember, this is our house. You come up in here, this is our house. You better wipe your damn feet. And I'm going to tell you one thing, family. We understand the play that these individuals have, and how do you know it's a big play? Let me show y'all exactly what Black Alpha means. Look at your screen, my beautiful foundational Black American brothers and sisters. Look at the revenue that Africa has received from their heritage sites. Fam, a heritage site, for those who don't know in Africa, what that really means is where they tell people to come after they sold us, fam. Look at the money that these individuals have. While the 4.8 billion covers everything from business travels to festivals, slave tourism is the primary driver. Top attractions: Cape Coast Castle, and the Elmina Castle, two of the most prominent slave trade sites, consistently rank at the top of the 3 most visited locations in the country. Visitor spending: international heritage tourists, largely from the US, UK, and Nigeria, spend on average $3,700 per trip. The year the return legacy: the focus on the diaspora heritage has increased arrivals from the US, specifically with the American tourists now making up a large portion of the 1.2 million of their international visitors. Family, we ain't done. These people have been selling each other for a long time, a hell of a long time. Do we want to go by the numbers, fam? Because we can go by the numbers. Okay, let's talk about the damn numbers, fam, because we in here and we rocking. By the numbers, fam, look at this. The visitor count, $1.1 million or 1.1 million international arrivals. Average spend, about 2.9 thousand. Growth, about 18 to 27% increase. These people are out there making the bag, y'all. Look at these folk making a bag. Do these people look like they give a damn? These folks sold slaves, and now they're trying to get the bag back from doing it. Whether they got to come to you or you got to go to them. The year of the return in 2019 was a massive economic success for Ghana, though the exact figures reported by officials involved as more data comes in. According to the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, and Culture, the initiative generated an estimated $3.3 billion in tourism revenue for the year. This was a significant jump from the initial mid-year estimate of $1.8 billion. Family, these folks been getting money. These folks been doing that. You know you got to be a cold person to sell each other, turn back around, and then try to make money off of selling each other. At the same exact time you did all this selling of each other, then you come over here and you want reparations for selling each other. Everything goes back to somebody getting sold and Africans trying to get a bag. There it is, family. These folks was making a lot of money, and now they're trying to make more money with our reparations claim, while they don't talk about anything going on over there in Africa. You see why foundational Black Americans are saying hell to the no? You see why foundational Black Americans are saying about the hell ain't? There you go. But family, there's something I wanted to talk to everybody about, because the other night I was sitting here and I was calculating and I was in my thoughts and whatnot. And I was thinking about the way that they're trying to play this. And I realized by looking at some of the people in the media and how this is being framed, there's a framework that a lot of people are not discussing. We're going to have a discussion right now, family. And I want to talk to you guys about this, because I was thinking to myself, I said, I got to get on live. I got to talk to the certifieds. I was about to go live yesterday. Family, let me tell you the main key component that everybody's missing right now about this reparations that they just pulled at the United Nations. This is deeper than them wanting a transatlantic slave trade paycheck. This is way deeper. These individuals think they slick because what they're really trying to do, family, they're trying to open up a lot of things to go a lot of ways. They're trying to play the game in a multitude of different fashions. Let me show y'all Mr. Mutombo first. Mr. Mutombo says that we need to get over it. Watch this.
Yes, you are not from Africa. Your ancestors are not relaxed. You says you are not from Africa. Your ancestors are not from Africa. You are FBA. You are a native, you claim. You guys have nothing to do with Africa. I'm not talking about Black Americans whose ancestors are from Africa, but I'm talking about you who is talking. You claim that you are a native. So the Ghanaian president is representing Black people, but not Black people like you because you are a native. He's not talking about you. He's talking about Black Americans, those whose ancestors are from Africa. He is talking about those people. He is also talking about the Caribbeans, Black people there.
There are no Black Americans who are from Africa. All Black Americans are from America. You can't be from two places at one time, Mr. No Hairline. Mr. No Hairline, I know you're trying to grow that janky ass beard to compensate for it, but you can't be from both.
Whose ancestors are from Africa and the people on the continent. He is representing us, not you. You, the FBS, you claim that you have nothing to do with Africa. You want to have nothing to do with Africa. So why are you just bothering yourself, in fact? Just relax. The Ghanaian president is not talking about you. He is talking about us. You can just go to the United Nations and do your own thing so that you can also get what? I mean, something.
He's talking like we ain't been on the reparations trail.
From them, perhaps. I think that is what you want. Since you FBS, you claim that you have nothing to do with the Black people. That is okay. So the Ghanaian president is representing us and the Black people who are in America, but those whose ancestors are from the continent in Africa. Not you, by the way. Just relax and chill. That's it. Please go and relax. You says you are not.
Just get a woman and shut the hell up. That's it. But you do not like women. You do not like females. You do not like femininity. You like flies. He picks flies over females. Family, that right there is what I'm talking about. Notice how they keep saying Black now. Y'all notice that as well, right? How many things have changed over 1 week, fam? There's been so many moving parts over the last week. Now everybody's talking about reparations, and now all the Africans are Black now. Okay? Isn't it funny how when we talk reparations, that'll make somebody who never wanted to be Black now? People who said they didn't know they was Black till they came to America. You know, the proud mops. They were all proud mops, fam. All proud mops. They love being melanated other people. Now out of nowhere, it's we the Blacks, the Blacks, the Blacks. You only want to be Black because you know Black Americans is going to get them reparations paychecks. Now you want to be Black all of a sudden. But let me tell you something. If you weren't Black yesterday, you can't be Black today. And notice the difference when we talk about reparations with them, family. This is a big, big difference that nobody wants to mention. And we're going to take it another level. Because one thing that I noticed, fam, let me say this. One thing that I know, a lot of people in the movement, they are content creators. A lot of people in the movement, they are news and views. They just go live and they tell you their opinions. Let me tell you something, family. My niece can give you her opinion. I'm not an opinionated person. I'm an activist, okay? Key word, action. We make action, we organize, we strategize. When we break it down right here, family, this is foundational Black American excellence. This is foundational Black American family. This ain't no content where we just press play and say, hey, this is how I feel about something. We strategize, we mobilize over here, real activism. So when I looked at how a lot of people were framing this reparations thing that they got going on, I noticed a lot of people in the Black media were missing one key component. And I'm going to tell you what that is. Family, our reparations ain't about just slavery. Our reparations about building the United States of America. You owe the debt. You need to cut the check. Remember that, family. They want to have one for just slavery. Well, damn it, anybody can get one from just slavery. Can I tell y'all what makes us so special is the fact that we built America during slavery. You want to talk about some multitaskers? Gosh, damn. How much more multitasking can you be, fam? Foundational Black Americans, we built America during slavery. We're out here getting compensated for building this country, putting in work and never getting paid. No one's going to pay you for being a slave. We getting our money from being a slave and building this country with our bare MF hands. And I'm talking about women, men, and children. We weren't selling our damn children and giving our wives away to the slave masters like y'all were. We were building this thing up. We are right here, and y'all know Black Alpha Network. And when I say Black Alpha Network, I'm talking about me, myself, and I, and all of y'all, all 2.7 thousand of y'all, and probably about 30K who ends up watching this between now and Friday, because we doing big numbers over here, fam. We are going to go ahead and get in front of this, and we're going to do what other people wouldn't do. We're going to framework this. This ain't about just slavery. This is about Black Americans building this country. This is about Black Americans going out there picking cotton, building everything, creating the work. They want to make it about slavery because next thing you know, anybody can show up. Notice, fam, they're not talking about building anything in their reparations. Look at their reparations. Look at our reparations. Theirs is absent about building anything. Theirs is absent about compensation for what they created because they ain't create nothing. Your ass got sold and your ass got snatched up on your home turf. Foundational Black Americans, we had already been here. There's a hell of a lot of things that separate us from y'all. Y'all are Africans. We are indigenous to America. That number one. Number two, we built this whole damn thing on our own. Y'all not talking about building nothing. Hell no. We are talking about building it. So do you see that key component and difference in our reparations and theirs? Theirs is just about, hey, I was a slave. Next thing you know, somebody's going to come from Europe and they're going to say, hey, I was a slave too. Y'all already know they run with that excuse. Well, the first slaves technically were the Slavic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So our reparations claim, what makes ours so great, so unique, and so special, you know, just like us, unique and special. Our reparations claim is about building the United States of America during slavery, and then building the United States of America after the Civil War, during Reconstruction, fighting in every single war, being the cornerstone and the backbone of this country in every single fashion. There's a hell of a lot of things that Black Americans have done. So there's a hell of a lot of money that's going to come to Black Americans. Them, on the other hand, y'all can take y'all little slavery reparations because I bet you won't ever get it. I bet that won't happen. And remember when I told y'all they didn't really even want money? Fam, listen to this. We want artifacts. Fam, are any of you guys looking for returned artifacts in your reparations package? I know I ain't.
We have made clear that African leaders or Caribbean leaders are not looking for money. It goes against our conscience to seek to profit from this. We don't want any payments made to us directly. We are talking about courses to deal with the structural inequalities. And we are also talking about the return of artifacts to the continent. It's all in the resolution. There are thousands of artifacts from Egypt all the way to the Ashanti Kingdom in Ghana. Those artifacts should not be returned on piecemeal as and when those who are in custody of those artifacts are in a good mood. So we have outlined what must be done and to whom these redress should be addressed to. We have made clear that
what he was thinking, wasn't he? The go get your artifacts. No.
We have made clear that African leaders or Caribbean leaders are not looking for money. It goes against, are not looking for money. Are not looking for money. It goes against.
Not looking for money? Not looking for money? Fam, they want the same damn reparations that HR 40 was given. Because it's probably the people who wrote HR 40 who are behind this whole damn scheme. Yeah. Family, they got a hell of a lot of schemes. They probably got about 19 schemes too. Because, 19 schemes seems to scheme with a hell of a lot of Africans, but 19 schemes ain't nothing to us. Family, that's what I'm talking about. They don't want no money. They want artifacts. Go get them. Family, somebody comes in your house and they take your stuff. Do you say, I want a reparations package so he can return my flat screen? Or do you walk right out that damn door and go get it? Do you see that coward nature that's still within all of them? Do you see that back, never go forward energy? Exactly. And family, let me tell you exactly what I'm meaning. This is about them trying to absorb our reparations claim. To my point, and a lot of people in the Black media miss this stuff. This is why I'm number one. Family, there ain't going to be no class action lawsuit for reparations. That ain't how it works. The reparations that they're trying to get, one that they just went to the UN for a few days ago, this wasn't about class action. It's not going to be all the slave nations, America and Europe, that cuts everybody one big check. No, that ain't how the international courts work. This will be handled the same way international war crimes are. It opens up particular designations for them to go in and get the money. Follow me now, because I'm cooking tonight. There ain't gonna be no class action. I heard a lot of people misconstruing it. Nah, fuck that. Excuse me. Sorry for my language, fam. I apologize. I seen a lot of people misrepresenting what this is about. This ain't about them getting a class action lawsuit to where everybody goes. Absolutely, my family. FBA strong. You see it. This is about them opening up the door to come get money from the United States of America specifically. It's the same exact thing in the same exact way that they handle war crimes. If there was a war crime committed, they don't write one big check and it get disbursed to everybody. I've seen a lot of people saying that. No. This opens the door for those African nations to target the Americas in terms of the United States and Europe in terms of Belgium, in terms of France, in terms of Spain. This is to where they can directly go at it. So what they're really trying to do, my good brothers and sisters, they're trying to open it up to where Africa can sue the United States of America, specifically the same exact way that they do in the international court system with war crimes, which gives them a direct line between them and our country, them and our money, them and our claims. This is way deeper than just them going to the UN and saying, well, all of us were enslaved, write us one big Negro check. That ain't how it works. This is not a class action lawsuit. This is specific and direct in details. So they, in essence, are trying to open it up to where Africans can say, well, America participated in the slave trade. So instead of Black Americans getting reparations, let Africa get the reparations. This is why they're trying to talk as if they are our leaders and they are our representatives politically, socially, and business-wise. One more goddamn time, family. That's what they're out here trying to do. Access denied. I see you, family. That's what they're trying to do. This is how they're trying to play it. They want to open up these doors specifically so the Western African nation could say, we're going to directly go after the UK. We're going to directly go after Spain. We're going to directly go after Belgium. We're going to directly go after the United States. So we can turn on the TV one day and see Western African nation of Ghana is suing the United States of America, not the UN, not Europe, not North and South, the United States. They want direct deposits from us. That is a way where they can absorb our foundational Black American reparations claim. And here's the crazy part about it, family. You're going to have two different people in the United States of America. And I need you guys right now to help me out because I couldn't come to an answer because I'm up until 3 a.m. the other night trying to figure a lot of this out. And I figured it out. You're going to have the Republicans who are going to say, hell no, right? Family, don't be surprised if the Democrats hold their hand and walk them right into the United States of America. Because the Democrats would rather cut the check to Africans opposed to us. Somebody is going to escort the Africans into the United States of America based on these particular policies and based on these resolutions. And it's probably going to be your liberals and your Democrats who do so. The Republicans, I don't see them going for it. Stranger things have happened. But what I do believe, they're going to try to directly sue the United States, which would completely overtake our reparations claims. And I believe that the Democratic Party would walk them right on in and they would applaud it. Why you think Roland Martin now is pro-reparations? Why you think Gray Carr is now pro-reparations? Why you think D.L. Hughley is pro-reparations? I spoke at the reparations rally right there in D.C. and I ain't seen none of them. They fought us tooth and nail every single second to not have us get reparations. Now you're for it? Because they feel if they can have Africans get our reparations in the name of us, don't get it twisted, fam. It'll be reparations in the name of African descendants so that can overtake reparations in the name of foundational Black Americans. And the Democrats will applaud it and say, look how many great things we did for y'all Blacks. We gave y'all reparations. We gave y'all compensation. We gave y'all the money, but the y'alls that they'll be referring to is the same y'alls that they use now when they talk about us, the Africans. The reason why the Democrats refuse to call us Black Americans, refuse to acknowledge FBA grassroots, is because they would rather give that money to the African community opposed to the Black American community. So I want everybody to keep that in mind as we go down this line and as we progress in this movement collectively together. Don't listen to these people telling you that it's just going to be Africa suing all them European nations like it's one big damn class action lawsuit. No, y'all. Them people must be dumb and they don't understand the international court system. I do. The international court system deals with specific nations. The reason why America did not sign on to that, and the reason why Europe did not sign on to that, it wasn't because they was going to write one check. Fam, what you think? You think if all this went through, Europe was going to write one big check? That ain't how it works. Europe is a connection of a bunch of different countries. You weren't going to get one big European check where all the people in Europe got together and said one big check in the name of Europe. That ain't how it works. This country in Europe, that country in Europe, that country in Europe would all have to write them directly and exclusively, one by one. Same thing America would have to do. So get the class action lawsuit stuff out of here. This was a specific attack to where they can try to get our money and exactly how to do it, fam. In the corporate world, those of us who work in corporate America, we understand they don't only just take businesses in. What they'll do, a major parent company will buy the lower company and they'll absorb all of their little functioning communities and their functioning little subsidiaries. That's how it works. So this is how they're trying to play us, fam. Like the mothership of the fake ass motherland can come on in and absorb our reparations. So what goes to us will really go to them in the name of us, while the Democrats walk them right in through the door, family. There's a difference between being a content creator and being an activist. And I'm the number one activist, and I got the number one chat in the building. And we just broke down what they done spent billions of dollars and countless amount of hours to try to hustle us. We shut all that down in 5 minutes, family. We must be the greatest. Damn right. Fam, how y'all feel about that, fam? That's what I want to talk to you guys about. Who do you think will be the ones that bring them on in? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This global, there won't be a global reparations. Okay. There won't be a global. They're trying to make it look like that. See, that blinds people. This is why you got to really be on it now. And you got to be cautious of who you listen to. You got to really be on it, and you got to really deal with people who understand it, fam. There's not a global reparations paycheck. All right. Europe is not cutting one check on behalf of Europe. America's not writing a paycheck on behalf of America. America did not sign that stuff, and America did not say yes, because America knows that opens up any Western African government to suing America directly. That opens it up to where they can sue this country specifically based on international court. So it ain't going to be just one reparations check matters, family. So you feel me where I'm coming from. Absolutely. It muddies the waters. Absolutely, my brilliant sister. That's, as you say, the Dems, everybody. Yeah, the Dems will do it. The Dems will do it, fam. The Dems will do it. If the same people who refer to us as Africans will be the same ones who try to bring the Africans over here. And we're not going to allow it. So one thing I noticed, fam, is that the organizing has to get stepped up, fam. We got to organize. We got to strategize. We got to mobilize. Again, a lot of content creators just give you the opinions. They turn that ish off. You go home. You turn to another channel, and they just sit back until they got their next opinion. Activists, fam, we get no sleep. No, my sister Natural, you know, I be hitting up my sister Natural, be 3 a.m. You don't have no sleep as no activist, family. You stay on it because they're staying on it. And as long as there's tethers out there, as long as there's ops out there, and as long as there's people who are trying to harm our lineage, heritage, and culture, you can rest assured one thing: Black Alpha will be up 24/7, 365, and I will be bringing the smoke, because I never get tired. Let me show y'all what's going on over there in Africa while we talk about Africa. Do you know they're having their million tether marches? Yes, March 30th, 2026. Last time I checked, y'all, that was yesterday. Africans in Ghana and in South Africa, they running up on Nigerians. Doesn't look like a place that's too friendly to me.
To these buildings and demanding for them to open, because some of these buildings and establishments and businesses that are said to be owned by Nigerian nationals are closed today, more especially towards the Quickney area. So now they are trying to get the door, telling them to open. People, their community members who are actually pointing out these buildings that they know that belong or being leased by Nigerian nationals or foreign nationals. So now they're telling them they want them gone. You can see Prince Apongile Ngonzi here in front, who's part of those that are leading, is trying to stop them from any violence because this was supposed to be a peaceful march. But I can tell you, they are not deterred. You guys team and crews.
This don't look too peaceful to me, y'all. This looks very violent.
Not deterred by what happened. So we are moving now down the street. Now the next building that they're rushing to is a nightclub called Davido, and this nightclub is said to be owned by a foreign national. So now that's where we're moving.
Stop! I see you in the chat, family. You ain't lying. Dude got a spear. He's about to spear another African. Dude walking around with a spear. Fam, in 2026, this was yesterday. Dude is walking around. You got an African trying to spear another African. You can't make this stuff up. What in the Mutombo is going on?
Nigerian nationals or foreign nationals. So now they're telling them they want them gone. You can see Prince Apongile Ngonzi here in front, who's part of those that are leading, is trying to stop them from any violence because this was supposed to be a peaceful march. But I can tell you, they are not deterred. You guys team and crew is not deterred by what happened. So we are moving now down the street. Now the next building that they're rushing to is a nightclub called Davido, and this nightclub is said to be owned.
I'm done. He got a spear. Look at the spear. How you gonna, fam? Listen, I ain't hit no black person with no spear, y'all. Okay? I don't give a damn how mad I am at you. Okay? You can come in my house. You can goddamn kick the door. You can yell at my pit bull. I wouldn't advise that. But I'm not gonna hit no other black person with a spear. Yeah, spear chucker. This man got a spear. It got splits in it and everything. Come on, y'all. Black Americans, please talk to your brother Black Alpha. Somebody calm me down, because I'll be damned if a spear didn't just enter the chat. The spear said, hold my beer. God damn. I love being a Black American and not having to deal with no spears.
Owned by a foreign national. So now that's where we're moving. You can see, let's speak to traditional leader here. Now, Prince Ngonzi, yes, we are seeing what's happening and you're trying to maintain the peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure, because these are student residences and we are not supposed to be going inside residences. We are marching on the road to the town hall where the mayor is expecting us. The deputy minister is also there waiting for us. Deputy Minister of Culture.
Hey, is he lying? He ain't there to maintain no peace. Fam, he's in on it. Family, he's in on it. Stop playing. I was just trying to walk. He looked like he walking with the crowd. I didn't want to do anything with this right there. Stop playing, dude. You know damn well you in on this.
That's where we're marching to. We're going to go up off the street. That's why I'm stopping them.
Now we see, besides these student accommodations, there are people pointing out said buildings that are owned or leased by Nigerian nationals, like this nightclub here, that they're trying to get to open. Like now, yeah.
And go there and change the direction of the march.
Okay, let's show you now the direction of the march where it's headed, as the local traditional leaders have their hands full here today, Michelle, as they are trying to change and stop actually where it might lead to, and that's violence. They're trying to maintain the peace, Michelle. I think you can hear us running, trying to get ahead of the crowd so that we're able to give you those visuals from the front.
Right, Tipa Kema is left us.
What the hell is going on?
Now we are moving now, Michelle, down. We are moving down Fleet Street now. This is one of the busiest streets, but also a number of buildings that are said, or businesses that are said to be owned by foreign nationals are actually close here. We're trying to get to the front so that we're able to show you, but traditional leaders are left behind. Okay, there's, moving door to door to these buildings.
Stop. Damn, family. Fam, that's a mob. They got a whole lynch mob, y'all. That's a whole lynch mob. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump and ICE, I ain't never seen them do that. All these people talking about Trump and ICE and it's so bad. Matter of fact, did the lady, fam, I showed y'all earlier, didn't we just see that big old Punjabi lady running around earlier talking about reparations for illegals? Fam, that ain't going on in America. They're not running around here with spears in a mob trying to beat people up. Their immigration makes our immigration look like Disneyland. That don't go on in the United States of America, but apparently that all goes on over in Africa, y'all. That's what's happening left and right. That's happening right now, fam. And that is just in one location. That's been going on how long and how many different spots? That ain't the end of it, fam. No. They walking down the street with signs and everything, y'all. Their protest makes America look like open borders.
Stop kidnapping. Stop trafficking. Stop stealing. Stop armed robberies. They are sick and tired of Nigerians in Ghana. This is a peaceful war. It's not a demonstration. But this person wants every Nigerian and to our immigration officers at the borders. If you allow the Nigerians into the country, what are they coming to do? We know we are all equal. What is the purpose of Nigerians every president they come into Ghana?
He's mad as hell, ain't he? His voice is cracking. We know. We see. Boy, he pissed off. He don't want them there, do we?
He come here to do. Then they are killing us. That will come, you and I. Our children cannot go out and buy something and come back. You cannot go night and go and buy your Indomie. You and I cannot close work at night and come home peacefully. Look at what they did to our mother in Nigeria, High Commission. Ghana High Commission in Nigeria. High Commission in Nigeria. They kill her from his camp. They kill her. Why Nigerians? Are you the only people in Ghana? Are you the only people in the world? China is chasing Nigeria. South Africa is chasing Nigeria. Uganda is chasing Nigeria. Why Nigerians? Especially the Igbos and the so-called Igbo king. This is the message to him. It should be very, very different. Not to even find himself again in this land again. Thank you. Let's go.
And begin anyhow. Nigerians must go.
Whoa, let's read the signs, brothers and sisters. Let's read the signs. What does this one say? Our health at stake due to mass prostitution. Damn, they say even the hoes got to go. Damn, they snatching up the hoes. Oh, that's scary. What is it? He got a megaphone? Fam, what the hell is that? I hear echoes in the back. We look killing. What the hell? What? No, Y'all know I'm about to slow that down. Hold up. I heard a hell of a lot of too much going on. What? No. Tell me y'all heard that person at the end that was like, yeah. What the hell? What the hell make you that upset to make that noise? What in the Twilight Zone is going on? Somebody said it best, fam. Evil tethers. You ain't lying, dog. Evil tethers. I'll be damned. I done seen it all.
Ghana, this is a peaceful war. It's not a demonstration. But this person wants every Nigerian and to our immigration officers at the borders. If you allow the Nigerians into the country, what are they coming to do? We know we are all equal. What is the purpose of Nigerians every place they come into Ghana? What are they come here to do?
What the hell they come here to do? Damn. Man, oh man. Boy, you need a whole gang of Febreze there. All that you could just tell was funky. Terrible, terrible. There you go, fam. That's who they want us to connect with to get reparations. We're supposed to join our reparations movement with that. spears, damn evil tethers, and sending the hoes home. Man, now I'm cool over here just being a foundational Black American. I choose FBA over all of that, okay? I'm good being a certified foundational Black American where we don't have none of those evil tether problems, fam. So you see how they feel about each other, though. You could tell right there, fam. So I already showed. Think about this broadcast, y'all. Classic broadcast. Think about all the people I just showed y'all right now. And think about everybody I showed you in Ghana before when it was in drawing, fam. Right now, I showed you a picture and footage of yesterday in Ghana. And earlier, I showed you a damn drawing before they actually had pictures of Ghana. And they was fighting each other then. They're fighting each other now. And you ain't going to fight for Black American reparations because that's a fight you will lose. So this is why we separate, family, so we can be over here on our own page and we can stand together as one. Because, you know, foundational Black Americans, we always better when we together, y'all. We always better when we over here doing what we do. We always better when we over here get to the bag. And that bag has obviously people breaking down, melting down, and upset. But family, this also is very, very telling. Have y'all seen this before? Family, she's going to point to a lot of flags for a lot of reasons. But I want you guys to tell me which flag do you think she's going to pick when it comes to where she lives or wants to live. I think you already know. Watch.
Who has the better culture? Who has the better dancing? Who has the better music? Who has the better food? Where would you rather be right now? Where do you have the most families? Where have you made the most memories? Where do you currently live? Where would you rather spend the rest of? Who has the better culture? Who has the better dancing? Who has the better music? Who has the better food? Where would you rather be right now? Where do you have the most families? Where have you made the most memories? Where do you currently live?
Look at that, y'all. Is anybody surprised by that? You see, how about you just go? How about you just leave? If it's so better and it makes you feel so good. Somebody said, who's got the most cake soap? I see you, FBA Strong. Who got the most cake soap? She'd be pointing all damn day over there, wouldn't she? Look at that. All of that. And fam, we knew before you even seen it. Before I hit play on this, y'all already knew what she was about to say. You already knew that she was about to say all of those things about over there, but she was about to say she lives over here. And that is a very common theme with a lot of these tethers. They're everywhere but Africa. And when we say everywhere but Africa, they get upset. But there you go. See, the difference between us and them, families, that we say what we want to say and all of the evidence proves what we say. And then they go out and prove what we say. So it always comes back to what we say. So when we say that we're the greatest and we're always ahead of the curve and foundational Black Americans are that excellent, there you go. And they only prove us every single time they talk. And family, there's more to the story that I want to show you guys. First and foremost, let me show y'all. We talk about these floods going on over there, right? Have you heard any African leaders come out and talk about these floods? You haven't seen it, have you? You haven't seen not near African come out and say, hey, wait a minute, hold up. We got some floods. Let's mobilize. They're basically telling the Africans there, you on your own. They basically telling the Africans there, if you float down the block, you're just floating down the block. I haven't seen not one African come out and say anything about those floods. Why, family? I'm going to tell you why. It's because Africans are too busy trying to get to America that they don't give a damn about the African who's floating down the village. Yes, floating right on down the village. And let me tell you what ended up starting this. When you came over here and you were trying to get in on our reparations, doing something you knew was wrong, things like this end up happening.
Ghana, March 30th, 2026.
Woo! Are the ancestors talking, y'all? Tell me, are the foundational Black American, the certified ancestors, are they talking? And better yet, has the message been delivered and received? Throw me some hundreds in the chiz at for certified 100 if you feel me.
heavy overnight rains swept across the Greater Accra region on Sunday, March 29th, triggering flash floods that displaced families, forced the rescue of 14 children by the Ghana Navy, and brought Palm Sunday trading to a standstill across the capital. The downpour began around 3:30 a.m. and continued
until you got it right.
Ghana, March 30th, 2026.
Damn! What day did they come to America? Somebody, I don't want to put nothing wrong out. Y'all right now in the chat, please, please, please. What day was it when they came over here and laid those reefs, fam? What day was it? Because this right here was the 29th. I know on the 29th, I was chilling with my mama, and we was chilling and watching some movies and relaxing. That's what I was doing. What were y'all doing? Because I see we was good, and they wasn't. So what day was it that they came over here? Because that's going to tell us how fast the ancestors are working. The ancestors are working on overtime, y'all. Overtime. That's how it is. The 24th? Damn. The 24th. And then this ended up happening.
Ghana, March 30th, 2026.
Wait, the 26th? I thought it was the 29th. So it worked in 2 days. Damn. Which one is it, fam? Okay, wait a minute. The 26th, hold on. Let me get the numbers right. Because we're going to calculate how fast the ancestors wasn't playing around. The ancestors must be up there not effing around with nobody. You think F around and find out is real? You ain't seen it till you seen the ancestors.
Ghana, March 30th, 2026.
Okay, checkmate. From the 24th to the 29th. Family, our foundational Black American ancestors whooped them up on a work week. They didn't even do a full week, fam. They done put in work week numbers. Y'all remember back in the day when they used to try to tell us that we was the African Americans? And like I told you all the time, you don't pray to the ancestors or connect to the ancestors by using the term African American because your prayers and your energy is going to fall somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, right? That's what was happening back in the day. Nothing happened. Nowadays, with us being on code, I promise you, the ancestors is looking and saying, they got it right now. They working for us. So now let's work for them. Family, this time last year was the Nottoway plantation. This time last year, fam, we were just hitting on the damn social media and you start seeing trees falling on everything. And then that happened. See, they made a grave mistake is that they went to a grave site and they was trying to meddle with foundational Black American spirits. Spirits, by the way, family, who've been through a hell of a lot of things while they were on this planet Earth. Spirits, by the way, who are extremely proud of the work that we're doing. Spirits, by the way, that are seeing the way that you've been functioning and operating, and them spirits done followed you home. What do they tell y'all? Don't they always say, be careful? Because what you're doing, something may follow you home. Family, the spirits done follow them home. And they should have been paying attention. And we try to warn people. It's not our fault that folks still think this is the African American. It ain't our fault that y'all still think this is some minority. It ain't our fault that that stuff ain't never exist. It only existed in your mind. Don't blame Black Americans when stuff like this starts happening to you. Because when Black Americans was trying to put you on game, you wanted to be very disrespectful. Them ancestors followed you right home and you done woke up something you don't want no problems with. Ain't nothing out here gonna be forgotten because FBA do not play and FBA is all damn day.
Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Y'all came to America last week. Well, your people came. Well, let me say the president and his people came to America last week and disrespected my ancestors' grave by laying a wreath down and doing a prayer over my ancestors. And I think that was bad for y'all to do that. Our ancestors don't want y'all bad luck prayers praying for them. Our ancestors didn't want that. Our ancestors peeped the play. Our ancestors know that the enemy, who the enemy is, y'all are the enemy. You Africans are the enemy to Black Americans on this land. It is. And reason why I say that because it's mighty strange, even though it does flood out there in Ghana, but it's mighty strange how y'all flooded now. 700 homes gone, people missing, dogs gone, chickens gone, malnourished cows just floating in the water and shit, happy they gone because they wasn't eating anyway. They gone. That's what you get for playing with our ancestors. Trying to get something that is not owed to y'all. Trying to get something that y'all have nothing to do with. It's sad to see people lose their lives. I would never get on here and be like, I'm happy that they lost their lives. But I ain't mad about karma. And I want them people don't believe in karma too much. But that's just too much like in my face what's going on with you Africans. The ancestors don't play with us. You see what's happened to these white folks. Now you see what happened to these Africans. And I enjoy every minute of it. And for the Black Americans that's in those flooded areas, I hope you're okay. But the ancestors ain't taking no losses. They ain't trying to help nobody. They don't care. Because guess what? For all my Black Americans that's in Ghana, the ancestors going to lump y'all with their head. I said, okay, you want to help them out. You want to push this Pan-African shit to my people. Guess what? Your house gone too. Your dog gone too. And eventually you're going to have to come back home to the real motherland. But anyway, salute. Ghana.
Woo! Family. There they go. There it is. I mean, yo, all we can do is tell people, man. You know what I'm saying? We could tell you once, but we ain't gonna tell you twice, man. FBA done let it be known. You starting to see, fam, you ain't never seen this before. This ain't nothing, fam, that's happened before. You know when Black Alpha's always telling everybody that this era is different and we're moving different and there's just a different sense of energy around us. And then you see things like this happen. Fam, that's because this hasn't happened because we haven't been on code like we are now. It connected everything that's great about us, every single thing that we do, fam. And I mean this, every single thing from us being on code, us watching each other's back, us holding each other down, us defending each other. That is all being paid back in return by the ancestors. That's how energy works. That's how frequency works. That's how vibrations work. People who are unconnected, people who are divided, people who are feuding and fighting and having melanin wars and don't like nobody and trying to snake people and scam people, people who are selling their own children, they end up on the bad end of that type of stuff. Notice that we're on the good end of that stuff. That's the big difference. And you should have never came over here and disrespected our foundational Black American ancestors. You crossed the line with that little charade you did, with the little reef you laid, them little games you was playing. You can play games back in Africa. You can play games in the diaspora. You better never play no games right here in the United States of America. And even more than that, you better never play no games with our foundational Black American ancestors, because our foundational Black American ancestors, they speak. And when they speak, they're heard. And they speak very loud and proud, as well as we speak very loud and proud. So when you put both of those together, perfect combination. Remember, y'all, our reparations are about our ancestors, what they went through and what they've done and how it lives through us. So when you disrespect our ancestors, you disrespect us. When you disrespect our reparations, you disrespect the family tree. And if you disrespect any of those three, you might end up getting flooded. You might see you floating down the street. You might be floating down the street in your village. You might see your cousin floating down that way in the village. Bad things happen to those who disrespect our lineage. Bad things happen to those who play games with our ancestors. Because guess what, family? Past, present, future, Black Americans have never been playing. Foundational Black Americans go through too much to be out here joking around. So now you see the joke is on them. And family, when I tell y'all the joke is on them, and I tell y'all that the joke is on all of these people, somebody tell me who in the world put this out, because I seen something that was too damn funny that I wanted to show y'all. Why they said that they done found Rick Ross's high school picture. You know, Black Album, we gonna flip it up. Why they running around here, family, saying that they done found Rick Ross and his damn high school picture, and I guess he was on a date? Whoever did this, you is wrong as them Africans trying to cover up their hairline. Somebody tell me why, oh why, did they play that game? This is cold out here in these damn streets. Very cold. And I need to know something, fam. Why in the world do they get us started? Because I know when we roast, people get upset. I know when we roast, they get mad. They be holding on to grudges for 11 years. But damn, foundational Black Americans, we be super certified in foundational Black Americans. We be super on code in foundational Black Americans. If you haven't got the memo yet, y'all, foundational Black Americans, we just cannot lose, y'all. We cannot lose. We refuse it, family. So you could already see in detail how we're moving. So family, if you look and you examine it and you watch it and how everything is playing out, yeah, that's funny, man. I know. I was thinking the same thing. So I said, who did this? Goddamn, I had to post that for the family, y'all. I had to. But y'all see how we do over here, man. We have fun and we get to the point, we get to the facts and we regulate and we do all of the above and we don't take one step back from none of that. You know what I'm saying? We always focus together as a family. This generation is moving, y'all. Feel proud of yourself. Y'all, this generation is moving and you're actually seeing real tangible things occur in real time. This is wonderful. I'm loving being a part of this. But like I told everybody, the best part about being a part of this is being a part of our certified foundational Black American family, because the certified foundational Black American family tree, it never leaves. It never goes away. It only stays. It only grows stronger. It only gets bigger. And we only dish out more ABK. And I'm here to tell y'all, if you are seeing the ABK out there now, you're going to only enjoy it. And let me say this as well. We're not out here rooting for nobody to be harmed, but we also understand when you allow these people to do things in your name, that dirt comes back onto you. Black Americans ain't out here saying we want people to be in the flood, but Black Americans are out here saying that if these people come over here and speak on your name and you don't throw a wrench in it and you're extra quiet about things that go on, all those invisible riders, all them folks who are invisible, who don't ever say nothing, all them folks who are always hush-hush when we talk about reparations, y'all know, all them tethers is out here tethering on to us, but don't nobody ever say nothing. Now those never say nothing people, now their asses is floating down the village. I'm just keeping it all the way live, y'all. See, silence, let me tell you, Martin Luther King said it best. He said, there comes a time where silence is betrayal. So the fact that they've been running around here extra silent, you've been watching your people disrespect FBA. You've been watching your people talk about certified Black society, and you ain't been saying a thing about it, though. So now you seeing when they came over here and they was laying down reefs and they was upsetting our ancestors, just because you didn't do it didn't mean the folks who was next to you weren't going to get it. So that's what ended up happening, family. Remember, y'all, when people come and they spray up the block, a lot of folks around who knew that the bad stuff was happening, but was silent in hush mode, they ended up having to get, somebody said, float, float on. I know what you did there, brother. Float, float. You got to put the ad-libs on it. That's what's happening, y'all. So what's ended up happening in return, fam, is all the people who are disrespectful to foundational Black Americans, whether that be the citizens or whether that be the politicians, and all the people who see them disrespectful to foundational Black Americans, but don't ever say nothing, they are complicit through their silence. And the ancestors are saying, silent, talking, disrespectful, walking, all y'all about to float on. And that's how it is when you're dealing with foundational Black Americans. Certifieds, let me show y'all something real quick, real fast, in a hurry. When I tell everybody that we are standing on certified business at a certified time in a certified foundational Black American era, that is exactly what I mean, brothers and sisters. And what do I mean by that, my good brothers and sisters? Look at your screen right now. Family, that's what they're doing over there. You see that, fam? This is what they're doing. They over there disrespecting, right? They over there being real dirt to each other. And is it really just one thing? Or are all of y'all getting that work because all of y'all been doing the same exact thing at the same exact time? You see, I've never seen a place where somebody disrespects their own kids and then they live to tell all that slave trading of babies done came back to get you. All that slave trading of the youth done came back to get you. All of that disrespect where you think it's cool when ain't nobody looking, that stuff done came to get you. So now the fact that all that done came to get you, you're in a position where you got to hold your own nationality nuts. and FBA ain't got nothing to do with any of that. Fam, remember, and I say all that and I showed you that to frame it this way. There's a lot of filth over there. Selling out your people, backstabbing folks, trying to steal somebody else's reparations money, making deals with the oppressor. On one hand, you say you want reparations from America, you want reparations from Europe. On the next hand, you're over there cutting deals with them. You're always trying to scam and scheme and plot. God don't like ugly, fam, and what's more ugly than the tether? And I'm not just talking about their hairline, brothers and sisters. I'm talking about their whole viewpoint and their whole aspect on everything they do. That's how tethers are, and that's how tethers been moving. So since tethers have been that way, family, there's a hell of a lot of things where tethers is getting a tether karma. And Black America's been saying it. So what you're going to see coming up here, family, in the next few months, especially this summer that's going to be one for the ages, what you're going to end up seeing is a lot of these tethers are going to get a hell of a lot of ABK. And let me tell y'all, that ABK is going to come in so fast, it's going to be hard to keep up with it. ABK is going to come in so swift and so strong, fam. Every time we sit down and meet up, we're going to be talking about another one. We're going to be talking about another one after that. And eventually everybody's just going to sit back and they're going to look and say, damn, foundational Black Americans told them so. Yes, the hell we did. We told everybody what it is. That's the beauty of us in this generation, in this time frame, is that we move collectively, but we see everything before it happens. There's a spiritual vibe, and you know we're always talking about it, fam. For the first time in a long time, I won't say the first time, but the first time in a long time, mind, body, soul, mentally, physically, spiritually, we're all on the same page. And if we're all on the same page in all of those areas, which are the most important areas, fam, and we're loving each other in the process, everybody's falling out. You're going to have a lot of people who are going to talk that doom and gloom. Y'all know Black Alpha always going to talk about excellence. And I'm going to always talk about us winning. And I'm not talking about us winning, meaning we're going to win. I'm going to talk about us winning because we are winning. And there's nothing better than being a winner and acting like it. So this is why you see so much live energy amongst us every single time, because we're really going down in history, family. You are a part of an era that will always be remembered. I want you to think about that every single day, every single second when you wake up, family. You're a part of something so damn special that nobody can ever change it, and they can never take it away from you. Because you know what, family? These people have been running around here saying things we knew weren't true. And now we've been highlighting that right there. Look at your screen, my good certified foundational Black Americans. Is that not true? Has that not always been the case, brothers and sisters? Are these people running around here, and have they been trying to stab us in the back? Have they been out here disrespecting us? Did they take our kindness for a weakness, y'all? And are they mad right now that we ain't going for it? Are they mad right now because Black Americans are stronger than ever? This is what's been happening with these people. When Black Americans was trying to be down and trying to be cool, and they was taking advantage of our niceness, now we ain't playing nice. Now ain't no nice guy. Ain't no nice guy. Black Americans are saying it's us or it's up. You won't see none of that no more. I promise you that. You won't see none of that with the next generation. We're bringing in certified FBA empowerment. And our certified FBA empowerment has pushed all that out the way. That right there is such a good picture because it highlights to everybody what's been going on and how long it's been going on. They don't like that. Well, damn it, they just gonna have to deal with that, because in a lot of ways, y'all, we replace that type of vibration with this vibration. This vibration you see right here, this one is going nowhere. It's in like Flynn, baby. Foundational Black Americans is here for the come up, and foundational Black Americans is here if they run up. And running up is the last thing they want to do. So they can talk about reparations for everybody, but reparations are going to come to foundational Black Americans, and that be it. These other people, they only want reparations because they see that we want reparations. The copy, the duplicate, they don't get paid. Only the certified, the authentic, the real version. And I'm promising you right now, everything I love, family, we going to get our reparations. But here's even something to make it feel even better, Black folks. We're damn close. I know some people always make it look like reparations is around the block, around the corner. It's going to take 10 years. No, our reparations, family, is knocking. It's knocking the door down. Trust me, they aren't doing all these things and bringing up reparation and foundation every time you see them talk. They're not doing that just because, fam. They're doing that because they know for certain that our reparations is here and it's on the table. And foundational Black Americans is getting extra close to it. So the more they act crazy, fam, the more it is. And justice will be served. And justice will come to FBA, family. Let me show y'all right here. FBA realignment. Love that. This is what we was talking about them folk.
Democrats are calling for reparations for undocumented immigrants. How ICE treated them, they said that they deserve reparations. Listen.
The people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us, and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created, and we are going to have some form of reparation.
If anybody deserves reparations in this country, Black Americans should be the first ones to receive reparations, and not just for slavery alone. There's been several Black American communities, successful Black American communities, that have been burned down, destroyed, and the land being distributed amongst white tea people that they enjoy until this day. Virginia, I want to say there's an island outside Virginia called White Man's Paradise. Is somewhere in that area where those white people ran Black people out of the island and took their property and redistributed it amongst other white people. Read that story. That is a terrifying story. So you have situations like that happen after slavery, where they literally took generational wealth from Black Americans and redistributed it amongst white tea Americans. These lands, these property, these resources still exist until to this day, and white tea people benefited off of those properties that they took from Black Americans. So we're not just talking about slavery, right? And Jayapal, she's from India. I want to say she's a first generation Indian in America. How dare you talk about immigrants, undocumented immigrants who came into this country with their will, free will. They crossed over into this country undocumented, free will. They deserve reparations before Black Americans. Why don't you address the caste system that's going on in India right now? Matter of fact, 3,000 years plus, the untouchables, how they discriminate against dark-skinned Indians, the untouchables, Dalit. I think that the group is called Dalit. Why don't you fight against the systems in your own countries, right? You come over here, you get these positions, and then all of a sudden you're the voice for Americans. Like, make that make sense. But like I said before, if anybody deserves reparations in this country, Black Americans is first up.
There they go. Jigga who? I'm going to tell you what it is, fam. They see it off rip. Try us, fam. That's how it go down. That's how it go down, fam. Absolutely, yeah. Ain't nobody getting nothing from us. The doors is closed, y'all. The doors is closed. That little play that they just did, fam, let's make this clear. That little play that they just pulled with the whole UN thing, that right there, I've been noticing a lot of brothers and sisters. We been knew it. Let's make this straight, because it ain't nothing shocking to Black Americans, but we knew it, and we said, hell no, And this is why a lot of brothers and sisters, we getting on our organizing game. We organizing even stronger, fam. We got to go ahead and get it. Now, let me tell you a plan that I have, family, what we need to do. And I need all my brothers and sisters to help me out on this one, fam, because we don't content create, family. We regulate, activist style. Let me tell you what I need all my brothers and sisters to do. I need, how many people y'all good with the pen game, fam? I'm talking about real good with the pen game. We need to draft up a letter to the United Nations that we all send collectively. One of them. Make one. We'll all agree on it. We'll get together. We'll have a Zoom chat. I'll bring every certified on this MF family. And we need to write one consistent thing so they don't see we in 100 different areas, okay? We ain't out here feuding and fighting over nothing small. Okay, you say foundational. I'm really a Black American, fam. It's all the same thing. Ain't nothing changed but the numbers on the range, dog. So we need to get back to that, fam. We need to have all the brothers and sisters get together. We need to pin us a draft. We need to pin us a direct thing to where we denounce people publicly, okay? Denounce them publicly. Send this to the UN. Promote it. I'll put it out here, fam. We already dominate the ratings anyway, so we can have all of that. Y'all good? Yep, absolutely, fam. Start emailing everybody. If put it this way, if we have foundational Black Americans like we do in the roll call, fam, and we are represented in all 50 states, everybody send it locally. Everybody also send it nationally and flood everybody with not just emails, flood these people with a direct, cohesive thing. Let me tell y'all, and I know y'all know this, but I'm going to say this for those who aren't all the way on it, fam. One thing about foundational Black Americans is when we organize its own thing. I love people who are out there protesting, and I love that, but we are still going to have our protesters and disruptors. But fam, we got to get up on that boardroom. The boardroom game got to go up. We need to be in them boardrooms, fam. It's good going out there and pressing people. I come from that, but let me tell you, that's like battle rapping. Okay, battle rapping is good. Them folks be real nice on it. All right. How many of y'all remember And One? Okay, And One, they put the ball between their legs 100 times. How many of them played in the NBA? What, 1, 2? You know what I'm saying? We need to go big one. You down with that? You down with that? You down with that? We all come up with a cohesive message because politics moves the same way the record industry moves. It's not like the 80s, fam, where, oh, he's a good rapper, let's sign him. Oh, she can sing real good. It ain't just about talent. Talent, fam, we'd be over a long time ago. We whooping them with talent. It's now they come to you and say, what's your social media numbers look like? You know how many great talented people get passed up by lesser talented people because the lesser talented person has a cohesive message and he's got 100,000 subscribers? That's what moves people. So they look and they see that. So I'm putting that same logic to us now because I'm a strategist and an activist. And an activist really comes down and he ponders different ways to attack. So what we need to do, family, is all of us come up with one cohesive statement, one cohesive message where whatever we do, we'll brainstorm and put our minds together. We'll do it in a closed circuit to where ain't no ops involved, fam, and we will come up with something to where anybody pops up, we denounce them. We denounce everyone. We send it to everybody. Fam, they'll hear so much from us and they'll say, ho, 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 ho. How many people you got with you? Oh, shit, I got 10 million brothers and sisters. What's popping? Oh, you ain't heard? Oh, we got 7 million brothers and sisters. How they gonna stop that? They'll stop you, fam, and you just pull up and say, this is how I feel. I wrote one letter. Well, okay, you ain't got no other letters? No, I ain't got no other letters. Let's put it all together. So we're all doing it together as a collective. And once we do that as a collective, family, I'm telling you it's on and popping. Remember, y'all, with the NAACP, y'all want to know why the NAACP scared? I'm going to tell you why the NAACP scared, fam. I'm going to tell you. I told you earlier about the NAACP making a phone call, basically scared, S-less. It's because foundational Black Americans, I got a petition. Fam, I ain't forget about that. Petition be in the chat. Go ahead. Yeah, flood the zone. Flood the zone. You see how the ancestors work? Flood. Board and floods is working. Absolutely. Flood the zone. I got a petition against the NAACP. Why did I come up with that? Because I understood if 3 or 4 or 5 of us sue the NAACP, all right, they'll do whatever with that. Now, if we get a petition to get them removed from their 501c, I told everybody that back in the day. I said, listen, if we go to these politicians and show them, hey, we got 10,000 signatures, they're going to say, come on in. Let me tell you how it works, fam. You go to a politician and say, hey, I want to do this. You ain't even going to meet the politician unless you got numbers behind you. Go to a politician and say, I've got this great idea. They're going to say, how many people you got? Well, I got about me and my couple of my homeboys. I got about 7 people. They're going to say, come back when you got 7,000. Family, I do basically 30,000 views of broadcasts. Shout out to my brother Tariq. He does a hell of a lot of views of broadcasts. The people who don't want to get on board, F them. The riders who riding, let's go. So between myself, my brother Tariq, and a bunch of other riders, we got the media already. Amongst all of you guys, we already got the numbers. So by the time we approach these people, we extra thick. And they're going to say, wait a minute, you got 10,000. Damn, come on in, let's talk. Now we went from the block to the boardroom. We went from the street protester, and now we are the corporate America hustlers. And there's a big difference. I know some people like to just go out and yell. I don't like yelling, okay? All right? I like to just get straight to the point. That's what we're going to do, family. So we're going to do that all the way live, family. We're going to galvanize it. We're going to move. And then we're going to let everybody know, fam, our paperwork got to be straight. Our paperwork got to be real good, fam. So I got that petition already with the NAACP, and I forgot about it because remember, I told everybody, absolutely, regulators, mount up. I told everybody before. I said what we're going to do. And I've been said this, fam, with the petition. I told everybody we're going to slowly build it. It's got to be a slow burn. You got to get the numbers behind it. Boom, 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 boom. This is how you do it, fam. And you give yourself one administration or half of that time, 3 years, and you can approach these people. So we got the NAACP petition to get them removed because we've already exposed them. We already got that on wrap. They know it is. That's why the NAACP making phone calls, begging people to drop their damn stuff, fam. The main chapter of the NAACP does not make phone calls trying to get you to drop your lawsuit unless they know they going to get effed up. We did that. And trust me, they know about the petition because I had people in high ranks who told me, you know, the NAACP know about your petition, right? I said, I know they do. I know they know everything I do. Hell yeah. Boom. And we can do the same exact thing. So we'll all get together. We'll write up and draft up something good, fam. We'll flood the zone and then we'll bring it all the way back. And then what they going to do about it, y'all? What they gonna do? Nothing. They just gonna have to deal with it. They're gonna have to accept it because we bigger than everybody else. So absolutely, fam, it's about time, man. It's about time. We've done a lot of things in this era, fam, but now we got to get straight with the paperwork and we got to get straight with the organizing and the mobilizing. When we seen them Africans go over there to that United Nations and them Africans was out there doing whatever the hell they was doing, family, how they was moving like that, we'll shut all that down. They know what it is, fam. They can't handle us on the block. How they gonna handle us in the boardroom? Too many good brothers and sisters. So I promise you guys, because that's what I do, fam. I promise y'all that I'm going to always put in work. And if ain't nobody else going to organize, Black Alpha going to organize. If ain't nobody else going to step to the front of the line, I'm going to step to the front of the line. If ain't nobody else going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because that's how I was raised, fam. I was raised that there's a mess over there, you go clean it up. And ain't it great when you can clean up a mess and you've got what, I don't know, 50 million certified FBA behind you? Man, that's a lovely thing. And we lovely people. So that's going to be the next step, family. And this is how we're going to take it up a whole nother notch. And as we go up, fam, it's on and popping, y'all. I get so many messages from people. I had a couple elders who tell me all the time, hey, I'm so glad that you guys are moving along. You know, I'm a millennial. You feel me? I'm a millennial. So like I told everybody, I'm bringing in the 70-year-olds, the 80-year-olds, the 60-year-olds, and I'm bringing in the teenagers and the 20-year-olds. This is not just a young man's gang. Fam, let me tell you something. This ain't basketball. You don't play basketball for 10 years, blow out your knee, and then you're old at 30. This ain't hip hop. You make one hot song, and then you a one-hit wonder. By the time you hit 30, you crash out. This is geopolitical game planning, okay? This is the game of grown-ass men and women, okay? This ain't it. I know people always apply hip-hop and basketball and sports to life. That ain't it, fam. You ain't really bubbling out here until you about 30, 40, 50. Okay, that's when you bubbling. So we bringing in a lot of people, okay? And you know me, I'm from the North and the South. So we bringing in the North and the South. We got the East and the West. Let's bring in the millennials. Let's bring in the Gen Z. Let's bring in the baby boomers. And y'all know I'm right in the middle, okay? Millennials, y'all know we reaching both sides of the fence as millennials, y'all. So that's how we're going to definitely represent it. And that's how we definitely going to do it. And can't nothing stop it, fam. And we will be dishing out a hell of a lot of ABK because ABK don't play and ABK is all day. And since that is all day, I got one more thing I got to show y'all. And y'all gonna get a hell of a kick out of this because it's a super vibe, you know what I'm saying? But it also goes to show you again where we are as a movement, man, and we celebrate each other, y'all. Can't nobody tell us nothing about us. Remember that, family. Nobody can tell us nothing about us because everything we do is for us. And we're gonna stick to it. And I'm telling you, as soon as I get off tonight, I'm gonna hit the ground running and start strategizing that. If y'all got any plans, let me hold on. Before I play this, let me stop. Let me not get ahead of myself. If y'all got any ideas or plans, hit me up because I get so much mail from everybody with so many great ideas. I just want to consolidate it. No, I got sisters who got these wonderful ideas. I got brothers with wonderful ideas. I got young folk. I had a brother hit me up. He's like 19. And he was like, yo, ever since I started listening to you, Alpha, my money done tripled. You know what I'm saying? There's a sister out there. I'm not going to mention your name. Much love and respect. And she was talking about some of the things she was going through with her business or whatever. But I just want to put all of us in one place so we can all put our minds together and we can show everybody, man, FBA is serious out here, family. FBA is super serious and put it all together and connect it, y'all. So nobody can out-organize us every day, all day long. You feel me? But let's go there. I think that's my brother Duddy in the building. That's my brother Duddy. You know, a certified salute to you, brother. Yes, indeed. But family, let me see something right here. Let me show y'all this. And this is what I mean when I tell everybody that we are extra and we work in overtime and they can't stop our shine. Foundational Black Americans, please stand up if you're with your boy. One thing I'm going to show y'all, and this is going to be beyond anything that they put on the table. This is going to be beyond anything that they throw at us. It's just going to be excellent, and it's going to separate us from basically the whole crowd. Y'all know how we've been moving, and we've been representing, and we've been holding it down. Fam, these people know they cannot see us in no aspect, no way, shape, or form. And the main reason why they can't see us, family, is because how unified we are and the fact that we do stand together. There we go. Got it. We stand together as one, and I love standing next to y'all. Trust me, it's my favorite thing on the planet Earth. I be talking to y'all like it's a regular thing. I'll be like, yo, let me holler at my certifieds. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying that the other day, man, to one of my partners, man. He had a little business thing he was doing. I said, let my certifieds know, because once the certifieds find out, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, man, they just people. They just talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know over here on Black Alpha Network, fam, it's the Certified Black Society. But Certified Black Society, man, we a real family. So we a certified family up in here. And we got to take this all another level and all up another notch. Let me show y'all this as well. This is what I was talking about. We was talking about the flooding. I just had buddy, what's the dude name? The Donnie dude talk. Let me show y'all right here another aspect of those floods going on. Another perspective of what we're talking about. Another foundational Black American ABK energy that done stepped in the building. Y'all watch this.
this is not even comparable to a shack. This is more like a shed. You know, where you keep the garden tools at, the hoes, the shovels, the rakes. And how could your president fly in a private jet, charter a private jet to New York to make a case against the UN for reparations that's not even owed to him, living in the luxurious hotels that he lived in while he stayed in New York, one of the most expensive cities in the world, and your people is back home living like this? How could you be a prideful president when your people is not even living in shacks? This is like U.S. shacks, right? Like the most impoverished areas in the United States, the most dangerous ghettos in the United States. This have that looking like upper middle class. Upper middle class, bro. Your house is on toothpicks. Like toothpicks is holding it up. Like, can this survive, let alone a flood? Can it survive heavy winds? It looked like it will float away like litter if the wind blew too hard. But your president living a luxurious lifestyle. Like, how?
There you go. But that's how they living over there, though, right? That's how they are. That's how they talking about us while they going through that. You see the difference, fam? I show that so we can all see that we're moving differently. I show that to show everybody that we are not like them and they are not like us at all, my family. We are completely different and we're separate. That type of stuff that you see over there, nah. But remember, y'all, that's the same president that's coming over here trying to represent us, but them people living like that. I'll be damned. Don't look like you living too good in the hood over there. Don't look like things is working for you too damn much. But again, for the millionth time, foundational Black Americans is on your mind. Family, they're all now starting to have to pay for disrespecting foundational Black Americans. That's exactly what it is. And the disrespect of foundational Black Americans is being put on the big screen. But there's a guy, and he told everybody that this was our country. There was a guy who made sure, okay, you said, Maz, please pin Black Alpha email. Yeah, please put the email in there, family, because I see brothers and sisters fired up, ready to go. Family, there's this brother. He's from Georgia and Ohio. He's a Northern Southerner. And I believe there was a rally for reparations that only foundational Black Americans was at. And none of these Africans were there. And none of them Democrats was there. And we was by our damn self. And I told everybody at the rally for reparations, let me show y'all real quick, Black Alpha, how we get out. Let me show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all the real rally for reparations. I'm going to show y'all who really been putting together this reparations plan, who's really been pushing the line for our lineage, heritage, and culture. Wasn't no Africans there. Wasn't no damn UN there. Wasn't no Democrats there. I'm going to show y'all the real certified representatives of reparations. And you can't say represent without reparations. Look at this, family. Here we go. Watch this. And this was us. This is our house. And we've been putting in work. We've been doing some paperwork checking. And the paperwork checking that we've been doing been coming back kind of dirty on some of these people. So when I say that we're going to pull some paperwork back, that means that if your hairline is 4 feet backwards, then you're not FBA. Yeah. If your forehead is 4 extra feet wide, a Friedman forehead, then you're not FBA. Yeah. Okay. If you came here last night on a bus, a boat, or a plane, you're not FBA. And if your family was at the immigration office saying, I pledge allegiance to the flag, then you're not FBA. You're not FBA. We will get our reparations. They're going to pull out a pen and they're going to write American freedom, because like I said, everything that's great about this country is because of us. And we're the ones keeping it alive right now. I see so many beautiful foundational Black Americans. Y'all know they say Black is beautiful and always Black, right? You know that James Brown said, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. He didn't say whisper. He didn't say, me speaking no Black, me no English. Nah. He said that Black is beautiful and say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. There you go. And we've been the only ones holding down Blackness. If you do not believe me, let me ask y'all this question. Where would any melanated Black person be on the planet Earth if there was none of us? I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you the answer. Just go to where they are and see they over there getting whooped by bamboo sticks. You may take over Southside Africa. I bet you won't take over Southside Chicago. I bet you won't take over East St. Louis. Kansas City, Savannah, Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all know in Alabama they got them folding chairs. Okay. They still got them heads ringing. There it is. There it go, family. It was only us, because it's always been us and nobody else, family. Always remember that, y'all. Always remember that. And I said it loud and proud, as well as all the other brothers and sisters who were there. So this reparations thing will always stay within the confines of our lineage, heritage, and culture, because we always been stomping forward on our own, family. And that's exactly what it is. And I said all of that with my chest because I meant it. Where would the rest of them melanated people be if there wasn't none of us? Who said it best? I'm black and I'm proud. We wasn't at the immigration office. Fam, I said that 2 years ago. And look at us now. Look where we are. Look where we standing. It's all about certified black society. It's all about foundational black Americans. We move for each other, we ride for each other, and we ride for nobody else. So all of these people that you're going to see in the next coming weeks and the next coming days, and they're all going to have these little plans to try to steal our reparations with their little ashy ass knuckles and their ashy ass fingernails and their ashy ass ankles and their ashy ass elbows. All of them and all their ash are going to get sent back to where the F they from, because foundational black Americans, we run this here, and they will cut the check and they will show respect. Because one thing for certain, family, is that FBA don't play. And if you mess around, you're going to get some ABK. And that anti-black karma is being dished out on anybody and everybody who got a problem they will recognize. And family, since this is our era, and since this is our time, and since we are out here riding and we are out here shining, it's time we take the block over, y'all. Yeah, it's time that we take this whole damn game over and we start really representing who we are and where we're from and what we do. What does that mean, my brothers and sisters? I'm about to show y'all exactly what it means. When I tell y'all it's a full-fledged takeover of these Strizneets, y'all look at your screen right now. Oh, you ain't know something, family? Look at your screen, family. Certified 100. Y'all go ahead and type that in and go get you one of them ABK shirts, family. ABK all damn day, and we taking this whole damn world over, family. Yes, indeed. We gonna represent, we gonna take over the whole streets, fam. I told everybody it's certified 100. I told everybody we running the game. Go ahead, family, and clock that, y'all. Foundational Black Americans is fully representing, and Foundational Black Americans is fully hitting with it. ABK, go to Certified 100, y'all. Y'all gonna get everything. Reparations Generation, that's us. ABK, that's us and the ancestors. Certified Salute, that's everybody. We gonna spend money. We gonna spend it on our own, family. We gonna shine on our own. See, a lot of people been running around here putting out merch, and a lot of their merch look like Pan-African stuff from 1985. We ain't on none of that, dog. Certified 100. Go ahead and type that in, family, and pull on up and make sure, fam, wherever you go, you represent. And I promise y'all one thing for certain. Give it about 3 months and everybody gonna have them some black alpha looking clothes, family, and they're gonna be acting like they started it, but they know what it is, fam. The hottest thing out there, fam. So Certified 100, make sure y'all go cop that, fam, and everything is about us. And let me tell you why it's all about us, y'all. Because I seen a lot of stuff that people was wearing, and it looked like Pan-African stuff. You know what I'm saying? Didn't the family have like an Afro woman with a pick in her hair and a fist up? Man, listen, we about to represent how we are and how we talk, family. And we about to take it over. We got ABK, we got Reparations Generation, and just everything, fam. This summer going to be the hottest summer, and we going to be hot right along with it, and we going to step through the streets with it, and everything is for us, man. We purposely made it for real, because a lot of people got their little things going, man, but ain't nobody moving with a real certified movement like we moving, family. You know what I'm saying? It's special. It's special what we have, fam. We a family over here. We a real certified family over here, and we do real certified things as brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to be able to represent what we do. You know what I mean? I told y'all, when y'all see Hidden Colors and y'all see me on there, I'm only on there because of y'all. That video I just showed you at the Rally for Reparations, I was only there because of y'all. Because when names come up, Black Alpha comes up and it's y'all. I be seeing y'all holding me down. I be seeing y'all holding me down, family, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the love. A lot of these people got a lot of things that they say, and a lot of these people talk that talk, man, but we live in that, y'all. We live in it. So understand, fam, everything that I say about you guys, I hold with a passion, and I hold 100% energy on, man. So I want everybody to be able to walk around with what we create here, fam. We got something different. And y'all know, because y'all be everywhere else, and y'all see how it goes. It's different over here. It's not viewers, okay? This is a family, y'all. This is a family, y'all. We got ABK and everything. And also, family, let me show y'all what the hell we got up in here. Y'all know what it is. What that mean? Look at your screen right there, family. Reparations generation. Reparations with a big-ass bag of money. I'm talking about some 10s, some 20s, some 50s, and 100s. Go get you one, fam. So when they pull up to the United Nations, they know this is the reparations generation. When they pull up to America, they know this is the reparations generation. And when they see us counting that bag, they know this is the reparations generation. And you can't explain it more than that. Certified salute, man. Love y'all with a passion. See you guys on the other side, man. Much love and respect. Certified 100. Hit me up with them emails, fam. Let's flood the block, flood the zone. Let them know that this is our home and we in here, y'all. I love all y'all with a passion. I love all my brothers. I love all my sisters, fam. I am nothing without you guys. I swear on my life, I'm nothing without y'all, man. I put it on everything. And we're going to always ride and we're going to always shine. And if I'm not here with y'all, I'm sick. I don't feel right. I feel off. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not here to talk to you guys, something's not right in my world. I was chose for this. I meant to be here, family. You know what I'm saying? And I put that on everything. I love y'all. I swear to God on everything, fam. I love you guys. I love the ancestors. I love everything that we built. Every last subscriber, everybody was listening. Everybody's tapped in from the pictures that we show when we do salutes. Rest in peace on my brother Voltron. I remember my brother. Rest in peace to Osada Shakur, man. Everybody we show love with, man. I promise y'all. These other people, man, they just see y'all, man. I love you guys. These other people just see y'all, and y'all just people who tap in and subscribe, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But we real over here. We're a real family, and I always tell everybody it's a family. We mess up, we mess up. You know what I'm saying? If we have a bad day, we got a bad day. You know what I'm saying? If things ain't going our way, they don't go our way. But guess what? Things seem to always go our way over here, man, and we're going to always represent it. And we got, in my opinion, the opinion. In effect, we have the strongest grassroots era ever, and we are the voice of the concrete and certified Black society, which is foundational Black American. We are the voice of the concrete, and I'm talking about every single city and every single block in every region, man. We don't region discriminate. We love each other, and all of us, this certified movement, we're moving strong, fam, and there's nobody like us. We represent everybody. So we are the voice of the concrete. We are the voice of the street, and we're going to make this summer like we made every summer one all about us, man. And I love you guys with a passion, and you know that. And I'll see you guys again on Friday. Let's hold it down. Certified salute from your boy, Black Alpha Network, man. Love you guys with a passion. Love you guys. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay vigilant. All right? We got us a movement, family. We got us a movement. We got us a lineage, and inside of that lineage, man, certified. All right, nobody else says nothing about people who listen to them. Y'all just, hey, everybody, you know, we certifies, man. The certified, I was just talking to my brother Dave Anderson. I was just telling him, my certifies is going to come. The certifies is, I be seeing, man, when I do interviews, everybody, y'all be there. And I be looking at their chat. I ain't going to say no names. We did a show with somebody, and let's just say all of their views was because y'all pulled up. And I was so happy and proud. I was like, boy, the certifies is everywhere, fam. And I look forward to coming to your city this summer and everybody breaking it down, man. But I promise y'all, I love y'all with a passion. I can say it a billion times, man. I don't never be wanting to go, man. I could talk to y'all forever and ever and ever and ever. I'm chosen to be here, and I'm chosen to talk to y'all because we are all the chosen people. Y'all know we the chosen people, man. And we brothers and sisters. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. All of us certified is going to ride. Remember, certified 100. That means we give 100. That means we speak 100, and we don't leave nothing on the table. No crumbs, family. We flip over every stone. Okay, and we right here at home. Certified salute. Love y'all. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. And always remember, no matter where you go, no matter where you are, that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. Reparations generation. Certified salute. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.